about a minute late. Here we go. Starting soon. I was hoping to have my coffee done a little bit earlier than I did. Alright, let's get this starting soon thing off. What's going on, folks? Hey, Chasing the Truth, Shawn G's on the air across Paranormal radio app on the Dark Waters channel. How you guys doing? Caucasian Sasquatch, what's going on? Claire, Dim Lady, Barry, what's up, brother? I thought I just finished talking to you earlier. What was it, about a minute ago? Let's see, who else is in here? Ollie. Who else I saw? Connor Flynn from Bigfoot and Anonymous down there in Florida. And Impromptu Truth. What's up? What's up? I don't know if I'm the coolest guy on the YouTube, but I'm on YouTube. That's about it. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Share this out. First off, folks, I'm going to start doing a whole lot more of these live streams. Not exactly sure when, where, and how, but my usual Wednesday and Saturday shows are going to stay the same. So I'm going to start dropping a whole lot more of this content. Razor Wolf, buddy, what time is it over there in the underworld? I mean, what time is it over there on the other side of the world? Underworld, what did I say, underworld? Yeah, sorry about that. I got some sleep, John, sure did. I let's see, after I was on until about 5 o'clock this morning with old Vault of Nightmares and the rest of that gang. Barry, did you get any sleep? Yeah, this is daylight, believe it or not. Hope you like that old truck I got right there. I love those old things. I don't feel like driving them anymore for reasons, but yeah. But this is 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:33 hours. Well, 12, okay, 13 hours ahead. Sasquatch, hey. Flat Rock, where's Flat Rock at? There he is, Flat Rock, what's up? Daylight, underworld is correct. Oh my God. Marquita Jones, what's going on? Ollie hasn't still went to bed yet. Wow, well, you probably need to go get into bed if you hadn't been in bed in the last little bit. But wow. I thought I would go ahead since I'm going to start doing a whole lot more of these streams. I'm going to probably add at least 1 or 2 more additional streams a week, if not more. I don't know. I think I probably did 2 shows last night, considering how long I was on Vault of Nightmares. Oh my. We got off on all kinds of crazy 4 hours. I'm good till late night tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do an open screen, unscreened open lines, as I usually do. See how people are doing. You want to call 931-994-6917. Give me a ring-a-ding-a-ding-ding. Let's see if this. There you go. 931-994-6917. If you're over on the Paranormal radio app and the Dark Waters channel, it's probably scaring the living shit out of you that I'm live. But I am live. Today is November 28th, and it is 3:34 p.m. Central Time, 4:34 p.m. over on the East Coast. West Coast is, 1:35? I guess it's coffee time over there on the West Coast. 4:30 Central, I think. Yeah, it was 4:30 here on the East Coast, so it's not 4:30 Central. 3:30 Central. Yeah, boy, that Robert Bitto was and will be again. He's going to be on my show again. I've got to call him later today. If I can, nothing happens, I'll give him a call and get him in on the show again, and we'll delve more into the supernatural side of stuff. I tried to keep him on the cryptid side since we were over there on the Dark Waters channel. Boy, he just wanted to talk about owls, cryptid owls. Big ass, 6 foot, 7 foot long, not wingspan, long owls. Y'all will be shocked, I will. I've got lots of stories with videos and pictures too. Where should I send them? Let's see. Let me type this into the chat right there. Shawn G at iamdarkwaters.com is my email. And if you like, I've got a new Teespring store. Got a few offerings, some t-shirts for men, females, unisex, and I got some Christmas cups in there. I had a request to do a Christmas hoodie, which I'll probably do that sooner or later. I've got to sit down and do the thing. I ran by this idea. Here you go. I ran by this idea for you guys. When I start designing these posters, which I do a whole lot of, cut, paste, and you name it. Would you guys like to see a live stream of me actually designing the posters I put up for the shows? Would that be of any interest to any of you? I don't know. If you want to join my Discord server, here's my Discord server. 24/7. If you like talking about anything that MSM and YouTube and the rest of these, what would I say? Fucktards. Don't want you to talk about, get over on my Discord server. I have neglected it, but I got on there last night and talked for a while. Then I jumped on. It's probably why my voice sounds so hoarse. But I jumped on there for about an hour and a half, something like that. Then I went live over on Vault of Nightmares. But holy cow, what's going on? Like I said, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of different things. I'm going to add a couple more shows a week at least. Let's see. Let me get where is that? Jason Cheek. Oh, here we go. Here's my new Teespring store. If you want to go there, thumbs up if you like it. Share it if you love it. Subscribe. December 1st, Dark Waters is going to come out with a humongous contest. He's going to have a big announcement December 1st. So what you need to do is start subscribing to all the Dark Waters family of shows. So just to let you, hey, Stimulate, what's going on, brother? How you doing, brother? Been thinking about you occasionally, seeing what the heck's going on with you. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll let's see, tomorrow's 20th. I might post one early tomorrow to do I don't have anybody scheduled for Wednesday, so it's going to be the same old thing. Mothman's been sighted again. Where? Hold on just a second. Actually, if Mothman has been sighted, we will go over to Lon Strickler. Actually, yeah, there you go. Let me grab this thing up. Lon Strickler site, Phantoms and Monsters, Pulse of the Paranormal. This is straight off November 28th. Flying manta rays observed in the U.S. Northern Plains. So is that Mothman? Or could this be a version of the cryptid owls that I have had so many reports on? Now, when I had Lon Strickler on my show, we discussed the history of the Chicago Mothman sightings. And he said when it started ramping up a few years ago, he wanted to call it Owlman sightings. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it was not Mothman, but I believe it was Owlman or some sort of version of that. And then he said Mothman took over, and that's what it became. So, let's see. Did you send anything to Jane? Let's see. Let me go over here and see what's going on here. No, mailbox. Get all new mail. There you go. But let's see. A witness in the U.S. Northern Plains discusses their observance of a flying manta ray and the characteristics noticed during the sightings. Have you had similar sightings? I recently received the following information, which last night on Vault's show we had a call-in with a dark orb somewhere in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, just south of Middle Tennessee. So I can't remember what the town was, but I'll talk about that here in just a second. According to this report, I thought I was hallucinating, which I think I'm hallucinating now because I can see sunlight. I'm still doing this freaking show, but thought I was hallucinating when I first saw them. It seems that not everybody can see them. My kids and I can. My wife cannot. Well, that's strange. That kind of, is that supernatural, paranormal, or did his kids inherit his ability to see through the veil? And the wife just doesn't have it. Doesn't have that gift. Could be. I have not been able to capture them on camera, and infrared seems to have no noticeable effect on capturing images of them. The flying manta rays are translucent. Wow, there you go. Is that maybe a variant of the glimmer man with wings? Don't know. They can best be seen at, it says dusk and dawn. Duck and dawn and higher altitudes at 6,000 feet. That's what it says, duck and dawn. It's like looking for a shiny speck in the sky. You can sometimes see them through the scopes of binoculars. So here's a little map. I don't know where that map is from. Looks like Nevada, Wyoming. Sorry about the poor quality. That's what you got. That's what Lon put up on the map. So there you go. Then you got Winged Humanoid Project. That's a project they've been doing here lately. But yeah, if you missed that show I did over on the Dark Waters channel, over on his YouTube channel, go over and check that out. At Robert Bitto. Let's go over here. Podcast. Mexico Unexplained. We went through a bunch of stuff, and we barely did tip the iceberg. Hit the tip the iceberg on that thing. I don't even think we even scratched the shit. But hey, Chase, what's going on, brother? Let me pop up to open the chat here and get this up. But let's go to chat. All right, I think we got a new caller here. Give me just a second, get you on, caller. And you are live. I believe we got Connor on here. What's going on?
Oh, how's it going, man? I'm actually calling from a different setting today. I'm at work, but thank God I saw your stream was coming up because this is going to help me get to the end of the shift.
Okay. How long is it till the end of your shift?
It's just whatever's left in the hour, 17 minutes. So we'll keep this one at elevator length as well, so I can calculate all the till at the end of the day and everything. But I have big news that I just wanted to share with everybody and you, of course, just because we've grown close along this journey. Well, yesterday I actually stayed at the Chattahoochee Insane Asylum where the Ocheesee Pond Wild Man is buried at. My friend Jack, who has called into your show in the past, he's the technician there. And he had me come by last night, and then we went to Ethan's house, who also called in. He's the sound technician, and we got to see where Jack shot some of his early short films, Lost and Found, which is in the Void Cat universe. And I had my GoPro rolling, and we were looking for abnormal footsteps, and just the whole brigade was back there, and it was a legendary time. But it wasn't even the best thing of the night. I actually talked to Carrie Arnold, and I got selected for the next 168-hour expedition through Bigfoot Odyssey. And I'm so excited about that because BF Bud is involved, Tim T, Chris Reinhardt, Sawdust Beast, a lot of people that I've crossed paths with either virtually or in real life and camped out with. And, how can you... Flat Rock... I don't think he'll be a part of it. He wasn't in the original plans for it, but I could definitely pull some strings just because he's family to our team. He knows Tim T personally, and he knows BF Bud personally, so he would be just another welcomed member. But of course, I'm just on the outside right now until I wiggle in a little bit more. But I'm super excited, and Carrie and I had a nice hour-long conversation yesterday, and he definitely supports my wild stuff, of course, out there, like the fairies and the ley line convergences and the sky falling down. But he did tell me that I'll have to remain grounded. We're making this next documentary for the layman. We're just trying to simply prove that Bigfoot exists and is out there and raise awareness. So I don't have to really bust out the big guns. I'm just going to have to bring back, the solid foundation that I started on, of course, the Native American history, all the cave drawings of the ancient times, and then really tap into some of the Florida history. And me, I've been to pretty much all the main hot spots around the state. So I feel like I bring a certain energy, and, we got to have some of the youth with it, because this is an old man's game, but we got to keep that fresh breath, because these creatures are ever adapting, and technology is ever adapting. So the people that are searching have to adapt too. And I think the combination of the wisdom and craziness on my end, and then the curiosity from both of us, it's just going to be a beautiful combination. And I'm so excited. And when I could be a part of something bigger than me, then I could just be a team player, and then the rest is just magic and history.
Oh, wow. Cool. So, where are you going today?
Oh, well, today after work, I'm going to stop at this one abandoned church. It's in Rocky Creek, and the creature there is called the Rod Bender, and it's a big gray humanoid creature. And one time I was with Ninja Ronnie, and he actually spotted it at night. So I have about 2 hours till it gets really dark here, and I got my GoPro and I have a flashlight. So I'm just going to try to get some Sunday vibes going, and might go live on TikTok as well, just because, of course, that's where my whole posse stays.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, gee whiz. Connor, I've actually got to do something real quick. I hate to hang up on you real quick, but give me just a few minutes. If you want to call back in, I'd appreciate it, but got to take care of something real quick.
Yeah, no worries at all. Maybe when I'm home in a couple hours at the butt end of the show, I'll call back. But no worries if not. This got me closer to the shift, and just crossing paths with you, makes me a better man. So it brings me closer to chasing the truth.
All right, brother. Appreciate you calling in.
I will talk to you soon, man. And everybody check out the Bigfoot Odyssey 168 documentary that they just put out. And then just imagine your boy in the next one. But guys, have a good one. Beware of the void cat, and just stay positive, because that radiates and it inspires other people to do better. And if we all inspire each other, we're going to go places. Have a good night. I appreciate it. Maybe you'll hear from me soon. Later.
Oh, all right. Appreciate you, brother. You take care. All right. Well, that's Connor Flynn right there. So give me just a second. I'm going to put on a quick little... Gee whiz, hold on just a second. Let me get this thing. Give me just a second. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this live stream. I may be back a little bit later. I don't know, but give me just a second and see what happens here. And we'll put this music on for just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Had to take a quick break, and I'm back. If you want to call in, 931-994-6917 is the number to call. And what's going on? We got Paula in there. Joe, what's got, brother? Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Stimulate like you always known. Almost, but you said, oh, okay. Well, that's not for me. Catching up here. Been thinking about your NDE. I was wondering about something. I've experienced that all-knowing feeling before where all your questions seem to be answered instantaneously. Well, there you go. Let's see, the near-death experience I had. Now, I think about it every day, multiple times a day. I was thinking about it right before I went on the show. Right before I said about 3 or 4 prayers before I got on the live stream, and it come to me. JCL, Ohio, what's up? And what I did was, I thought, well, am I supposed to do this stuff like this? And then said a prayer and said, hey, if you want me to do this, let me do it. If not, don't let me do it. So there you go. Richard, what's going on? So has anybody seen these big frickin' owls that I've been hearing about lately? 6 foot long bodies, not wingspans, bodies. Dogman, Dogman story is about a dime a dozen actually. So, but people are always interested in that. So that's what you want. That's what you get. But you got to call in and tell me those stories, though. Keith King, what's going on, brother? What's going on? If you would like, I know that everybody loves to have zero money out of your pocket. I know that's just the thing. So, the easiest way to get this show out there is hit those thumbs up, share this stream on your social media platforms wherever you are, and say, hey, come listen to this show. But like I said, Darkwater's going to have a thing announced December 1st. I would, if I were you, I would start subscribing not only my show, Vala Nightmares, the Lakea show, let's see, Impromptu Truth, Chaos Theory, Thaddeus Cray, I think that's it, and Dogman Cams, and Dark Waters, of course. So I have bad stage fright. Okay, Jane. Well, here's a quick story. I got a buddy of mine that's a trucker, not Chase, a couple years ago, and he had stories like crazy. And when he'd tell them to me, and we would be on Skype, and I could see him, and he could see me. And he would tell me these amazing stories when he was an Army Master Sergeant, and all the stuff that he'd seen and what he had incurred from UFOs to UFOs riding in his truck, UFOs out in the service for the United States country, and holy cow, what can you tell? He got on this show, and I thought, well, his name's Tommy, and I love him to death, brother. If you can hear me, I appreciate you. He got on the show, and he got stage fright, and I don't balk him for that at all. But anyway, he got stage fright getting on the show. So I was asking about a UFO he saw, I think in Nevada, running over to California in his truck. And I thought it was going to be a good 5-10 minute talk, and about 4 or 5 words into it, he was done. I was like, wow. But I'm kind of easy to. That's quite a group you got there. Well, the family of shows, the Darkwater family of shows. Aaron Billings says he's subscribed to them on. Well, great. Darkwater's will be announcing I guess a seasonal thing that's going to happen, the first time ever. Got a family of shows that really work together. We try to, I don't think we have any bad blood between any of us. Believe it or not. This industry, if you want to call it industry, this supernatural cryptid community, I don't know what it is, but people they claim to have open minds, but they don't. It is what it is. But heck, if you have a story, I may or may not believe you. If you want to call in and try to, there was one guy wanting to talk about Howard Stern's private parts. So hell, I was going to let him talk, but I was going to make him sound like hey, the Lakea show is here. What's going on? That's one right there, Lakea. The Lakea show is another one that you need to subscribe to. That would behoove you. I would behoove you to get these things out and go subscribe to the Dark Waters family of shows. That's Dark Waters family shows. Coalition maybe. Nah, that sounds too industrial. Dark Waters family shows. But yeah, how did you sleep early, Lakea? But there you go. Is it? Well, hold on a second. Let's do some voyeurism. Let me pull up Lakea Vault's thing here. Well, heck, there you go. I can hear it in my ears, and you can probably hear it, but let me pop it up on the screen here, and we'll see what's going on in the daylight over on Dogman Cams. Well, there you go. This is what it looks like in daylight, folks. Everybody's seen the black and white infrared stuff, but there you go. Fried taters, Lakea. Fried taters is all I can tell you. Actually, for breakfast I had a cheeseburger. I went and I got these little preformed burger patties that I got from Walmart, and then get a sleeve of them for heck almost half the price of what you would buy just from fresh burger out of, and it does exactly what I want it to do. Anyway, I said this stream is coffee and the supernatural paranormal open lines, and I'm drinking let's see, medium dark roast. Let's see, what is this? I think this is Walmart brand, actually. And there you go. I don't see anything going on other than I can hear a lot of traffic in the background. Over there at the Lakea and Vault of Nightmares Vault 1 camera. Burgers, well, I put, let's see, deli mustard, tomato, and got a blend of cheeses. And I popped it on top of there after the burger got done. And then I stuck it on a bun, and down in my gullet it went. We did a little bit of food talk back there. But yeah, last night, Robert Bidho. Go to Mexico Unexplained.com. Go look him up. I'll have him on my show in the future. Not exactly sure when, but he's agreed to come back on my show. And I'd say he can talk about just about everything south of the border. We did, and it was different to hear from him. What's going on with him? So, anyway, Barry Browning, what's going on? Did you are you and Vault going to get up together here in the next little bit, couple weeks, or what are you guys doing? I always got a grilled cheese and tomato. You cannot beat a good grilled cheese. That's all I can tell you. Got everybody starting to talk about freaking food. Supernatural Open Lines is open right now. 931-994-6917. If you'd like to call in, there you go. But I honestly don't see anything other than hearing a lot of traffic in the background there. Is this some construction or what's going on? Oh, there, Lakea. Turn that down a little bit because that's a. There you go. Well, let's put it up about halfway. That was a little loud on my end. But there you go. Looks like you got a nice sunset there. Ghost in chat for a bit. Dragon ZW, what's up? Impromptu truth, brother. Did you sleep any? Let's see what we got here. Jane Wick. Oh, Jane Wick. I believe I know who you are now. Nice little little eye there, by the way. But how you guys doing today? Or you got what kind of drinks you got going on? You got coffee or what's going on? Uh-oh, I hear something in the... Sounds like moving around in the woods there. It was fun last night, talking about just about everything and anything from bacon to Bigfoot Dogman. That was an interesting show for sure. Interesting show for sure. Coca-Cola. Steve, buddy. Give me a call if you want to, if you got the voice for it. How you feeling there, Dragon? Budweiser. Budweiser on a Sunday, William says. It's been a long... I will never have any alcohol on my lips for the rest of my life. Okay. Yeah, we probably haven't met then. Apologize. I apologize greatly. But there you go. Let's pop in the number here in the chat. 931-994-6917. Well, shit. Wrong keyboard here. Let me pop this in here. 931-994-6917. If you want to call in, that's the number to call in to. Get that thing up here on the screen. And that's how you do it. Devlov Pass, Russia. Anyone knows a very scary case? That's where the guys tore off all their clothes and started running around, and some of them were dead from unknown causes, I believe. Isn't that right, Jonathan Daly? Some strange stuff, and they kind of put two and two together and put there might have been a possible either a cryptid or a UFO encounter that might explain that whole thing. Oh, good, buddy. Dragon ZW has some fantastic stories about black-eyed kids, white-eyed kids, and he keeps seeing these little ghost of kids, multiple hospital locations that he has to wind up at. But been praying for you there, Dragon. I hope and pray that you will do great. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a couple of 3 or 4 shows here a day, or a week, not a day. Gee whiz, I ain't going to do this 3 or 4 shows a day. That'd be ridiculous. Sorry about that. I had a cough. Apple cider. Ooh, I hadn't had any apple cider in a while. I might put that on my grocery list. There you go. May do it, may not. I don't know. Yeah, apple cider sounds good. I hadn't had that in a while. Yeah, Dragon ZW, he is... The wild thing is, he's called into my show and talked on my show on both these platforms over on Dark Waters channel and my Chasing the Truth Shawn G. And had about half the time, maybe a third of the time, I've had some extraordinary digital and just downright computer problems. Downright computer problems. So there you go. Ooh, eggnog. That's just crazy. I guess that's we all do make mistakes, that's for sure. Been crazy lately. A lot of stories when they done screwing with me again. Oh my God, what? Well, I don't want to spread your medical problems out in a thing, but yeah, I hope they, whatever it is, whatever bionic arm, leg, or whatever part they're putting in you, you're going to be a $6 billion man, I guess. Yeah. Eggnog. I used to love eggnog, but that's been, last time I had that was, oh gee whiz, probably when my grandmother was alive, about 3 or 4 years ago. And that crap, I don't know. It tastes good, but it is just too rich. Too rich. But well, gee whiz, I turned that thing off. What the heck? There you go. Yep, it is time for the year. The eggnog and cider, and then ghost stories. Of course, you got all these kind of great ghost stories that's coming on. Eggnog problem. Okay. What kind of is it? The child safe eggnog problem, or are we talking about you putting in brandy or some other adult beverage into the eggnog? 2 quilts, jasmine candles, and water. Hot water bottle. Hot water bottle. You got a aching back or something? No, well, that's all right, brother. Whenever you get the pipes to do it, you let me know. You just let me know. But don't want to push your vocal cords to where you just can't do it. So anyway, again, this is, I guess, what I named this show was Coffee and Supernatural Call-In Lines. So if we just got the one call-in, let's see, how long have I been on this stream already? I had a little thing in the back of my head for 38 minutes. Well, I'll keep it up for about another even hour. Nobody calls in by the end of the hour. I'm gonna call this a night and say good night to y'all. But yeah, who heard that show last night? Anybody? That I did with the Mexico Unexplained guy, Robert Bitto. Dog Soldier is a good movie. Don't believe I've ever seen that. I've seen maybe a flyer or advertisement for it. Got some good ones coming. Even been, wow, okay, there you go. Cool beans. Like I said earlier, I've got a new merch store over on Teespring. Let's see if I can get this down. There we go. If you want to go over there, have something in your hand or be able to wear or drink out of, it's right there over on my Teespring. Had a request to do a Christmas hoodie, and well, heck, I might do that tomorrow and do a live stream of designing a poster and designing a sure, go right ahead, Jane Wick. 931-994-6917 if you want to text it to me. There you can text that number as well. 931-994-6917. And if you feel inclined and it doesn't put you out, I've got a couple of places where you can tip me at PayPal and the Cash App. And there's that. I thank God my drinking days are over and I have reminders all around me. One is finally over the hump over 2 years of tourist recovery. My roommate, she has been given 6 months. Oh my God. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. That is. I'll say a prayer for her. What's her first name there, Aaron? I'll say a prayer for her at the end of the show. But 931-994-6917 if you want to call in or text that. You know, I won't spread your number out or anything like that. But if I get a bunch of text, I will probably just share the first 3 digits of your text number. Or if you got Skype, if you have Skype, here's the. Do I have the Skype link? Hold on just a second. Skype. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. I got the Skype link. If you got Skype and you're on the other side of the world, or underworld, as one of my buddies. Oh, yeah. There you go. There's a Skype. That will get you linked up to me on Skype. All right, that's fine. Miss Wick. Gotcha. But, yeah. So, has anybody been hearing a lot more of these cryptid owls, these 6+ foot long owls, body length, not the wingspan? I have heard 4 or 5 good stories about it. But, yeah, there you go. Has anybody seen anything on the camera? I haven't been looking, actually. All right, we've got a unscreened caller calling in. Give me just a second and get you online here. Unscreened caller, you are live on the air. What's your name and where you're from?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name and where you're from?
Oh, okay. Okay, my name is Shawn Hawk from the chat. And,
hey, Shawn.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How you doing this Sunday?
I'm just taking it easy today. Long weekend. But, so I was just going to call and let you know, I used to go with friends probably about 15, 20 years ago. We used to go ghost hunting. And we went out to one of the places we went a lot was called Gettysburg Battlefields. You familiar with Gettysburg?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
So we were there, and we went to this place that was called the Triangular Field. And at the time we were there, it was still unmarked, but apparently there was a real nasty battle there where there was a lot of people killed and massacred, like down in the corner of this field. So we were there really late at night, and we took a camcorder, and it was just 3 of us. We took a camcorder down to the corner of the field, and the only thing that was really lit up was the camcorder had one of those lights on it, so you could actually see, and we were using that to go down there. We didn't really have any flashlights, so we used the camcorder as a flashlight. So we're going down to the corner of the field, and we're down there, and there's like a ravine and like a little creek down there, and we're just kind of hanging out, and all of a sudden the light in the camcorder went and went out, and a mist came up through, and it got like foggy and got real cold, and we all got freaked out, and we ran out of there. And as soon as we ran out of there, the camcorder came back on. So wow. I don't know what happened, but we found out later that apparently that kind of stuff happens there a lot, like electronic equipment and things kind of like, they go wonky there. They die, and batteries don't hold charge there, and all kinds of stuff. But we didn't wait to see what was going to happen, but we probably should have, but we didn't because we scared us and at the time. And your hair stands up on your neck, and you're just like, nope, I'm out of here.
So what happened to the battery charge after you got out of that area? Did it come back?
As soon as we got out of the area, this is no lie. As soon as we got out of the area and we were back towards the car, everything came back to normal. The camcorder worked fine and everything. And so I don't know what happened, but I know it just died suddenly, and as soon as it died, then it got real cold and it got real misty, and it just like scared us because we didn't know what was going on. So we just kind of ran out of there, and there's a lot of weird stuff happens in the Gettysburg battlefield there. So we used to do a lot of, like I said, ghost hunting and stuff to see if you'd see anything, and never really saw anything, but heard things. Like we would be walking like down paths out there, and you would sound like somebody's walking behind you, and we'd like turn around and there's nobody there. And just things like that. But
So
I haven't done it.
What time of day was this?
What time
of day
this
was
is
this
usually
story?
late. Usually late because they couldn't shut all the roads out to the park. Like the actual park would close like around 9, 10 o'clock, and we would like park just outside the park and walk in, because they couldn't shout us, because like one of the roads was like public road, so they couldn't shut it down. So we'd actually walk in, kind of sneak in, because you're not supposed to be there really that late. But if anything weird's going to happen, you want to kind of go there, really late when there's nobody around. So we used to kind of like sneak in there and just walk around late night to see if anything would happen. And we just had a few things happen like that, mostly just like noises and hearing things, but I never actually saw anything there. So, but that was my little ghost event.
Have you seen anything else throughout your life, or is this just the first one off?
As far as ghosts, not really ghosts. We saw what we would call like UFOs once. We were at I used to have this one girl I used to be with. We used to go down to her parents' house down at the Chesapeake Bay Inlet down in Virginia. It was called I can't think what it's called now, off the top of my head, but it's down in Virginia, and it was the Chesapeake Bay Inlet. They lived right along the Chesapeake Bay Inlet, and we used to take her dad was Coast Guard auxiliary, so we used to kind of go out on the boat and stuff when we were down there and go riding around the bay and everything. And we would do it at the 4th of July, right? The 4th of July, they would have like fireworks out over the Chesapeake Bay there. So we go out in the boat and watch the fireworks. So the one time we went out there on the boat, we were watching some of the fireworks, and we looked back behind where the boat, we were sitting out in the middle of the water, but we kind of looked behind, that's the back part of the boat, I guess. And we seen these two, they look like orange puff balls. I don't know how to describe them. Come out of nowhere, float around over the water, and kind of like go around each other, and then go down, down like the creek there that went off of the inlet, and just disappeared into nothing. So I can't really tell you what that was, but I can describe them. It almost looked like I call them puff balls because they looked like they were orange and glowing.
Oh, really?
You ever see those? There's like with those like the dandelions or whatever that. You know what I mean? There's things that they dry up and they float away in the air. They almost kind of look like that.
Oh, yeah. We,
you know what I mean?
What was? Yeah, the ones that you sit there and you blow the seeds off and they flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looked like. So
wow.
To this day, I still don't know what that was, but that was probably
what year was this? Do you think?
This is probably like 7-8 years ago. Something like that.
There's
a lot of military bases down there too. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. There's like a naval base near there, and I know there's a Coast Guard base there because that's where her dad works for. Mm-hmm. So that's probably one of the other events I had that was kind of strange because we kind of looked at each other like we don't even know what we just saw. We just saw these orange things and they're flying around, and then he went down the creek there and he disappeared, and that was it.
Wow, that's totally interesting. Anyway,
I'd like to see more things, but it doesn't happen that way. It just happens when.
Okay, we got
when you don't expect it.
Got a question from chat for you. From Amia Thoria, wants to know what part of the bay.
I'm trying to remember. It's not too far. It's about like an hour from Richmond, straight out. is the area. I'm trying. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank of the name of the town there because it's out in the kind of the boons. But if you know where Richmond, Virginia is, if you go about like an hour straight out to the coast, it's right out that way. That's the best way to describe it for you.
All right. I hope that helps add me a place where this occurred there.
Yeah, if you look on a map, you can see where Richmond is. If you just kind of follow it straight out, that's about where it's at. Because if you look on the map, you'll see the inlet there.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
And that's where it happened. But,
there's so many military things around that area, you can't shake a stick at them without hitting them. Just about.
You're right. Because we used to pass like the NSA buildings and stuff on the way down there every year, and there's all kinds of stuff around there. So and it's all like barbed wire the whole way down there. They have these huge fences as you're going down that way. I think it's called.
I can only imagine what it looks like now after the left has taken over and militarized that whole area with barbed wire and everything. Yeah.
The funny thing is, when we used to drive down there, there's a one long section, and they got signs on the side like Bigfoot crossing. There's no lie. There's like a Bigfoot crossing sign when you go down this long stretch. It's all it is this long evergreen forest down that way. Yeah.
Bigfoot crossing.
I don't know. I never saw a Bigfoot, but somebody must have saw a Bigfoot. That's probably why they have the signs there. But
yeah, but does the sign look like it was placed by somebody that was not a government, or looks like a government DOT sign?
It looks like a yellow regular street sign, and it's got a Bigfoot on it.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Well,
no lie.
Considering where I live, that should be all over the place around here. Bigfoot sightings, and there's actually.
You're in West Virginia, right?
No, I'm up on the Kentucky border in Virginia, in Southwest Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a Bigfoot festival. They call it a Booger Festival up in Norton, Virginia. And they actually got a Bigfoot or a Booger Grill, I think is what they call it. I know that sounds kind of gross, but that's just the name we give these Bigfoot is Booger.
Yeah.
I think finding Bigfoot went on with wood booger, but we never called them wood boogers around here. It's always boogers, and I guess it just made it more palatable to the folks out and about to say wood booger. Oh, okay, it's not a booger from your nose; it's a wood booger. Okay,
right.
But
right.
Yeah.
Well, I never heard that term before until I started listening to your show and Dark Waters and all that. I started hearing the term booger, because around here I live in South Central Pennsylvania, and around here it's kind of like you hear Bigfoot. It's always Bigfoot stories, Bigfoot. So that's what I always heard.
Yeah, that's interesting. But for my entire life, it took me a while, and I think it was probably in my 20s when I actually put together what my grandmother used to use as a deterrent or reason to get us in after dusk was, hey, the booger's going to get you if you don't get in here. And I think my dad used that on me a few times. I'd be up in the hollers on the side of a mountain, and he'd holler out, and sometimes he'd have to shoot a gun to get my attention.
Wow. That's wild.
We were talking about gun safety and how people it's not gun control, it's I forgot what it was, but here around my area and around in Mississippi where the Vol Nightmares is, we grew up. I can remember I was either 4 or 5 years old, and my daddy put me on a stump, put a 410 in my hands, and he stood behind me. He said, now this thing's going to kick. And I can remember the first time I shot anything. And that damn thing kicked me off that stump at 4 or 5.
I betcha.
Yeah. And
it's just from the gun, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a 410. That's about the smallest round that you can get for a shotgun. But 4 or 5 years old, that thing, boom.
4 or 5, yeah, it's true. You don't weigh too much.
Yeah, at 4 or 5 years old, and that was my first introduction to any kind of gun whatsoever, any kind of things that would throw lead down range. But from that on, I shot just about everything. Now, my brother really got into it. He was more of an avid hunter. That old boy, if when he was alive and in his house, it looked like a taxidermy shop. He had turkeys and deer and deer racks and bass, stuffed bass on his walls. And it was just, you walk in and you're like, well, is this the Hall of the Dead or what? But he was avid. Yeah. He was one of these guys that if you wanted to, he would give you shirt off your back if you needed it. And that is the God's honest truth. But he loved hunting and fishing. He deer hunted like the Thanksgiving right now. He'd probably be out in the woods right now. He would break up his hunting expedition to come in when he was alive to celebrate Thanksgiving with us.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the way it is. But Shawn, I appreciate you calling in, brother. Hey,
no problem.
Always great to hear from the folks that actually listen to me. But if you got any more stories, just give me a call back, brother.
No problem. I'll think about see if I can think of any. But I was just going to say I like the show a lot, and I like listening to Dark Waters and all that. So I've been into this whole thing for a long time. I've been reading about it since I was a little kid, as far as like Bigfoots and, mysteries and paranormal and all that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely interested in it. So it's always cool to hear these stories,
Yep. Well, there you go. Here's what I look at supernatural. Supernatural is all over the place. You've got people that are right on the edge of, hey, I believe everything that's coming and going, and you got the ones that are a little bit skeptical, which I think I'm healthy at being skeptical. But but I've been in front of people that I have seen paranormal events. Doctors, lawyers. I've been in front of people that had a whole lot of education that, for whatever reason, that skepticism went to absolutely, if it happened in front of them, they would have a blank stare when it happened, and they may say something about it once. After that, it is gone from their brain. They don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a lot of friends that have had ghost stories. I've talked to plenty of friends that have had ghost stories around here, and I've had friends that have had UFOs, seen UFOs and everything. It's just like, they just don't talk about it unless you just you trust people and you get to know them. Then every once in a while, something like that will slip out, But most people don't want to talk about it because they're afraid they're going to get ridiculed, and they just don't want to have to go through that.
Well, probably just kind of, I guess it kind of beat out them not to do it, or they were in an environment that it was not behooving for them to actually talk about it. The ridicule, probably, sure, absolutely.
Well, not everybody's open-minded. Obviously we're all open-minded, or we wouldn't be all, talking about this kind of thing. So that's what's so cool about everybody that's on this, that's on the show and everything, because everybody has an open mind and,
Yeah, well,
and want to know what's going on.
Yeah, open-minded. I may not believe. There's a few people that come on the show, and I'm like, okay, and I'll let them talk. You may not hear it out of my mouth. There's a couple people that I actually did had as guests, and what was that guy's name? He was a UFO guy, internationally known, and he come on and talked about all this stuff about this one guy. He was the shield for this guy. I can't remember the guy's name. Billy something or other was the shield. He was shielding.
Billy Meyer?
Yeah, Billy Meyer.
One that...
Was it Robert something or other? I can't remember. I had him on my show for 2 hours, and I let him.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I let him talk for 2 hours, and I didn't say one word, and I was trying to get him to help me believe that Billy Meyer actually was not a scam, and I was letting him do it. And at the end of it, said, "I appreciate you, Robert, for being on the show for 2 hours. I don't believe a word you just said."
I think I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know there's.
I know it sounds so crazy with that guy. And it doesn't. And I don't know. Have you ever seen those pictures?
I could be absolutely 1,000% wrong on Billy Meyer and Robert. if I remember his name correctly. But what I have seen, I just can't wrap my head around it that that's actually real. But Billy Meyer
Right.
grew up in
They
it.
look like
Yeah,
models or something. They don't look like they'd be real ships and stuff. They look fake.
it looks like they hang him in a tree or whatever. But
Yeah.
I may be 100,000% wrong, and if it proves that he's right, I will come out and say, yep, he was right and I was wrong. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I let him talk for 2 hours.
You did. You gave him a
Yeah,
chance.
sure did. Let him talk for 2 hours.
All you
Let him
can do.
let him be a shill for Billy Meyer all day long. But you got to remember, Billy Meyer grew up in an era where the reason why he has the name Billy was he took that name as a nickname. He loved westerns.
Oh,
Loved
really?
westerns. Yeah, that's why he's got the name Billy. But a lot of western stars went into uh, the sci-fi movies around too. Just to let
Yeah.
you know, like Leonard Nimoy, he was in a lot of cowboy westerns,
That's right.
and he turned out
Forgot
to be
about that.
Spock. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that?
Yep. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
you never. I looked at that history and kind of delved into it and saw some of the pictures and one of the guns that he claimed that he got from whatever these race of species of aliens were. Uh,
Yeah.
it looked like one of those spark guns from the '60s that you would,
Right.
even the little tin trigger that breaks off. I had one.
Right.
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah.
a spark gun. That was it. I was
Wasn't
like,
it
all right.
the Pleiadians or something like that? The Pleiadians or something like that.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
said
saying
they
that
were.
the Palladians aren't real. There's plenty of people out there that says that Palladians are real, and there's a whole plethora, if not more, people that absolutely believe Billy Meyer is real. So I may have,
Yeah.
I'm probably, well, you got to pick a side. I picked a side, so I'm gonna stick to it until I find out that I'm wrong. So there you go.
No, I'm with you with that one. I don't know. I need more evidence. I think, or a little, because this doesn't seem right. And sometimes it's good to trust your instincts.
All right. Well, that is what it is, brother. But Shawn, I appreciate you calling in. And it's kind of weird saying my own name, Shawn.
I you saw it different though. So.
Yeah. All right, brother. You take care. Call
All
in
right.
whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you. All right, Shawn from the chat. That was interesting. Do you believe? What topic do you not believe? Since this is chasing the truth, what topic don't you believe? That's the reason why I put out the chasing truth. If I wanted to chase Dogman or Bigfoot or UFOs exclusively or whatever paranormal supernatural topic that's out there, I didn't want to, box myself in and say that's what I talk about all the time. Flat Rock Booker, buddy. Hold on just a second. Let me turn this thing off here. Get rid of this Skype thing over here on this other computer. Saying I'm not going to have more than one conversation happening at one time, I don't think. Let me pull this up. Where the heck did it go? Right here it is. I've got two. I'm going to use one of your audio files there, Flat Rock, if you don't mind, sir. Flat Rock Booger, down in Alabama. I believe you're from Alabama. Flat Earth. Flat Earth? Well, I will tell you this. Flat Earth, I am open-minded. I have not, I'm open-minded to the point where I have some friends that love Flat Earth and believe it 100% that it's Flat Earth, and they're very, very, stupid intelligent. Not stupid, very intelligent to the point where I can't even compare my intelligence to them, but they believe it. I have left myself open and listened to the arguments, but I've never heard that nugget of whatever that wound up. Naomi, I appreciate you making it today. For the flat earthers, I'm open-minded, but you haven't proved to me that this earth is flat. That's all I've got to say, but I still have my mind open that if there's a nugget that's out there that will say, oh my God, you're right. But I don't believe it's flat. I honestly don't believe it's particularly round as the globe. I think it's more like a shrinking prune. But let's see. Let me find that audio file from Flat Rock here. Scream. I think this is it. No. That's not it. That's from Josh Runyon. Don't want to hear that. Josh Runyon is another guy. Paranormal Security 9886. I don't think he's. I think he had some problems with his wife. I hope and pray that he's doing okay. He's not out there much anymore. I haven't seen him live at all. Let's see, Bigfoot howling. Let's see if this is it. Save and see how long that is. That's I believe that is actually one of yours. They're Flat Rock, and let me pull that one up from and hit this one. Hopefully this is the one from Vault. Yep. Okay, we got 2 howls, I think. Hopefully this will, this first one I believe is from Flat Rock Booger. They're in the chat. And then I've got one that Vault of Nightmares captured out in Zwiki Woods, a new plot of land that LeKay and Vault of Nightmares got a hold of. But you never know. So here it is. This is Flat Rock Booger's one. Booger. Man, if I could speak English, I would be owning this YouTube, but I can't. Alright, that's about a little less than a minute of audio, but here's 11 seconds of what Vault of Nightmares captured. I hope this is it. I need to rename this file if this is it so I don't get it confused. Alright, well, that blew my ears out. I need to remember to turn that down a little bit there. But that was from the Vault of Nightmares. So, Mississippi to Alabama, which I know they're pretty close. I know there's pretty close there. CGI Hearts, Bigfoot Anonymous. Well, with the NASA stuff, there's some of that stuff I believe is absolutely pure propaganda. Back in the late 60s and 70s when NASA was trying to put men on the moon and there was a big moon race between Russia and us, I believe there might have been a little bit of a sticky wicky with that, with some of that. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah. I haven't really delved into it to, basically say, hey, NASA is absolutely 100% right or 100% wrong. I'd say there's a healthy percentage of it that probably NASA is not saying the truth. So, but that's me, just speaking out loud and thinking out loud. So there you go. But flat Earth, I don't believe that the Earth's flat. I have my mind's open for it. If there's a flat earther, which I've spoke to quite a number of folks that absolutely believe it. But I have not heard that nugget of truth that says, oh my God, I was wrong. But I honestly don't believe the globe is absolutely spherical either. Let's see, who did I have on? Oh Lord, what was that guy's name? Anyway, I can't remember. I had him on a couple months ago, and he did. He's got a model of the Earth that sort of looks like a shriveled up prune a little bit. Place oceans on it. On top of that, and he kind of evens it out a little bit, but the actual shape of the Earth is more like a spherical, prunish looking thing, I think. But that's just me. Dove down a NASA rabbit hole, Truth. Well, Truth, give me a call. Let's talk about that. 931-994-6917. Is your brother in here? Bass? Where is Bass? Did I see him earlier? Oh, there we go. Globe. Well, the Kool-Aid stuff, I don't know. There's a new variant out. Have you heard about the Colt 45? In this 2-year indoor party that we've all been a part of, there's a new strain out. I'm going to call it, oh my God, it's Karen stuff, instead of saying the oh my whatever, cron. But I don't know. I think we've got into the point where they're wanting to give you the Kool-Aid every several months for whatever reason. What are we talking about? Whatever you guys want to talk about. If you want to text me, 931-994-6917, or call 931-994-6917. This is Coffee and Supernatural Open Lines. United Nations logo shows flat Earth. Disney shows firmament dome above us. Well, pop culture, okay. That's TCR 44. Yeah, it does sound like a Transformer movie. Actually, that's what I was looking at. I actually put that together maybe when it came out, and I was like, wasn't that the big robot that was the size of a planet? No, was that Omicron in Transformers movie? I can't remember. The atomic 45. But wait, there's more. Jane Witt Karen. Oh, there you go. That's interesting. Anyway, well, let's go back here and turn this audio up here. I got it down, see what's going on. See if anybody... There's some crazy howling that was coming out here probably about a month ago. Was that when DW did that live stream? And he said, what the fuck? Yeah, there's quite a number of people like to call in, or at least listen to call in. Hey, if you have some sort of story that you got, that you've been holding on to, that you've been afraid to let out, I've been itching to tell this story forever. Well, right now is your time to call in, 931-994-6917. If you're on Skype, let me turn this down a little bit right here. I think, well, I may have to turn my earphones down a little bit. But there you go. 931-994-6917. Or if you are on Skype, Chasing the Truth 2018. Chasing the Truth 2018. And I think I've been doing this show since 2017. Late 2017. I'll have to go back and look. I'm getting close to 200 shows. I probably am knocking on the door 200 shows total. And we're not talking 30-minute shows. We're not talking 15-minute shows. We're talking 2-hour shows and 2-hour shows, 3-hour shows mostly here lately. But there you go. Yeah, I might, let's see, do I have that one that, I might have that somewhere. In just a second. Scan dirty. I might have that actual, no I don't. Thought I did. Oh, here's a possible dog. I hadn't heard this one in a while. Let's see what this file is. Oh, Shawn, quit hitting that. All right, we've got a unscreened caller calling in. Unscreened caller, you are live on the air right now. Where are you from and what's your name?
Hey, Shawn, how you doing? My name is Shawn. I'm a truck driver. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. Can you hear me?
Yeah, another Shawn. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
3 Shawns on the show. There you go. So
Yeah.
what's up happening in Savannah, Georgia?
Well, actually, I'm on the road right now. Like I said, I'm a truck driver, but I have I guess you would call it a ghost story.
All right. What
All
kind
right.
of ghost
So
story you got for us?
back in 2001, me and my ex-wife, we moved from Savannah to Warner Robins, Georgia,
Okay.
and around during that time, a little after that time, we was going through some problems, and we separated for a while. So I went to stay with my cousin who lives in Warner Robins also, and he had just moved into a new house. So I was living there for a while, like I said, and at nighttime he had a daughter that slept like right across the hall from me, and I would hear her often in the middle of the night getting up and running into her parents' room and saying there's a baby crying. For some reason, she had the baby's monitor in her room, and they would brush her off and be like, girl, go back to sleep. There's no baby crying. The baby's in here with us. He's not crying. So she'd go back to sleep. So this one particular day, I got off from work and I went home, where I was living at with them, and I was the only one in the house. I got my clothes out of the dryer and decided to iron my clothes, which just so happened the ironing boy happened to be in his daughter's room, the daughter that would often hear the babies crying.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I'm ironing my pants and I hear a baby crying. I look at the monitor, the baby monitor, and it's not even plugged up. It was lit up and the baby was crying. Man, I tore out of there so fast. But come to find out, we found out years later that a baby had actually died in that house.
Oh, man. And the baby crying,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's my, I guess you would call it a ghost story, but that's my ghost
Yeah.
story.
Okay, so the baby monitor is where you heard this baby crying, or was this within the house?
It was within the house, but
Okay.
it's like the sound of the baby crying was coming through the baby's monitor, but it wasn't plugged up.
Wasn't plugged up. Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
plugged up. So, yeah, I've been wanting to call in forever and tell you that story, but
Wow.
I figured, hell.
Did you
I guess it was
see
the
anything
best
while
time.
you was living there?
No, never saw anything. Never saw
saw
anything. I tell you what, I didn't stay there that long after that incident.
Yeah, well, I've been in a few. I live in a house that has some haints. I've been in some house. I've lived in another house that had a lot of haints.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had one that I thought walked right through me, and I chilled to the bone. At another
Wow.
house. I mean,
Wow.
I literally I was sitting there doing dishes, or not sitting there, standing there doing dishes, probably about 10 years ago, at the sink, and I got this strange feeling, and all of a sudden it was like, holy cow, who opened up the freezer?
Right.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, they said I hear when spirits are disembodied souls are around, it produces a chill. That's what that's what I hear.
Yeah,
But also my grandmother used to live in this house that was supposedly haunted, where 2 people died in, and everybody in my family would see apparitions or ghosts, whatever you want to call it, in this house, but me. I'm the only person that never actually seen a ghost in it, and I actually used to sleep in the attic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Wow.
I never seen a ghost in the house, but everybody else in my family saw a ghost in that house. So
Everybody
I don't
else
know.
saw a ghost. Did you see any ghosts, or just everybody else?
That's what I'm saying. It was everybody except for me. I never saw a ghost in that house, but everybody else did. Now, we had a pretty big family that stayed in that house.
Wow.
Yeah, but
That's
so yeah, that
totally-
was my that was my
that's
ghost
just
story, man.
interesting. Well, Shawn,
But
I
yeah,
appreciate
man,
you calling in.
Hey, man, I love your show, man. I'm going to continue to listen.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
All right,
You
Shawn,
have a
take
great
care.
day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, Shawn, truck driver over in Savannah, Georgia. Now, if that place ain't got the possibility of have hauntings all over the place, that place is built upon bones. Yeah, there you go. Got a text message. Hold on just a second. Let's look at this text message from area code 937. Shawn, see if Bigfoot Anon can elaborate on the frogmen sightings here in South Ohio, Cincinnati. First one was in the mid 50s, 3 foot tall, had a sparkling wand. Later, maybe 70s, a police officer seen it. Well, if I am on by the time old Bigfoot Anonymous is out of his gig at the comic book shop down there in Florida, maybe he'll call back in. But I'll try to. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can copy all this. Put this up on a postie over here on my Mac. I'm telling you, Vault was giving Macs a bad name last night. That's all I can tell you. But I honestly, I was a Windows guy for hell ever and a day. But Macs, to me, is by far a way superior product than anything that you can put a Windows format on. But that's just me. But I appreciate you sending in that question. But Bigfoot Anonymous, I hope you heard that question. If not, I've got it posted. If you call back in, I'll try to recite that to you. But there you go. All right, hold on just a second. We got I got about two more audio files for you. One is from Flat Rock Booger. Another one yelling at his camera on his back porch. Oh, sorry about that. Had a scratch and itch on my ankle. Here we go. This is on his back porch yelling at the camera. There you go. What the hell's that? That's in Alabama, folks, off a back porch of a resident, Bigfoot Anon, or not Bigfoot Anonymous. I just saw that. A Flat Rock Booger's place down there. And he had a cryptid researcher looking for Bigfoot, went in and spent some time with him here recently, and he was looking for 10 points of references, points of encounters, I guess. Data points. That's what I'm looking for, data points. He met all of them off of Bigfoot or Flat Rock Booger. The Frogman. Yeah, definitely need to talk about the Frogman if you got any new Frogman or elaborate on the Frogman stories next time you call in there, brother. So, and here is a possible Dogman. I don't know if it's the one that I put ripped off of that live stream with DW, but here it is. All I can tell you, I don't know what it sounds like, but it says possible Dogman recording. I think this might be Flat Rock Boogers as well. All right. What do you think about that? Well, I was scratching my ankle. That's all I can tell you. Let's see what we got here. We got trying to find one from Paranormal Security that I've got to record, and I just saw it just a minute ago. Where the hell did I put it? Voodoo bell with evil voices. I found where Foresight take me home. Voodoo scream. Okay. Josh Runyon, Paranormal Security 9886. I've had him on my show, oh gee whiz, at least 3 or 4 times. He's a security guard, and in this recording is down in Savannah, Georgia, in I think a Catholic cemetery, Catholic owned, and he was going into a mausoleum, if I believe. I'm kind of staging this recording to point it out. You can look it up. I'm sure there is multitudes of people that have commented on this. I've seen people that love it and think, oh my God, what the hell is that? I've heard people comment and saying that's fake as shit. But here it is. What do you think? Now, this is a security guard going into a mausoleum to figure out what's going on.
Making sure there's nobody in here. Anybody in here? Hello? Yeah, but listen, you got to get out of here. You're going to have to come talk to me, okay? Where you at? I can't see you. You're correct. So you need to come out, okay? You guys hear this? This is broad daylight. I don't know where this kid is. Where are you?
All right, that's the end of that, and I think we got the Vault of Nightmares on the line. Give me just a second, Vault, get you on here, and you are live, hot and live. What's going on, brother?
Well, what's going on? I am actually driving by Zwicky Woods now, just checking everything out. I come out earlier.
You got Roxanne with you?
Oh yeah, Roxanne's in the truck. She's in the beast, and that's where she's gonna be at, because that's what I'm gonna do with me. I was just coming by. I went out earlier and checked another place this morning. Got some footage. I'm gonna get that edited and put up. I'm gonna try to get it edited tonight and try to have it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was just calling in, showing some love, and telling everybody what's going on. And later, sometime tonight, I'm going to do another live stream. Like I said, I've been whooping up on those YouTube algorithm. Shit, I can talk now. I am having to stop to get some creamer, and Miss Lakea wanted some tater babies. So
tater babies. Oh man. She was talking about cheeseburgers a while ago. Wait a minute. She said cheeseburger sounds good after I said I had a cheeseburger for breakfast.
You see, I asked her that she want burgers tonight for supper, and she said, So I don't want to hear her in a burger.
She said that sounds good, but that's just what I saw in chat. I could, I got some bad eyesight, so I could have misread.
No, look, we both better hush, because like I said, she's not as upset at me right now, but she was.
What for?
I spent a little more money on the gun yesterday than I was supposed to.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, heck, how much did you drove around for 2 days in that truck? How much gas did you put in there? We're talking Biden gas, by the way. So
yeah, I think it cost me about $120 riding around.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm in the beast, so I don't have nothing small. I don't have nothing that ain't got an 8-cylinder in it.
Is this one with double tanks on it, or what?
This one here has one large single tank. It started out life as a 2006 Chevy. Not the Yukon. It's the Suburban.
Okay.
It's a Suburban 4-wheel drive that's been altered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's out there in the old Zwicky Woods that you're seeing now? Anything?
Right, like I said, I drove by just checking everything, the gate and everything, because I've just been curious about if the game warden's still hanging around over here. And I hadn't seen him the last 2 times that I've been through, so maybe they got the memo. Because I called their boss and told them, look, the man, I bought the place now, and I don't need any, I don't need any babysitting.
All right.
So
why were was that a popular place for people to go in there and start hunting and poaching or whatever?
Well, no, the guy, I guess because of the early part of the season, that's what the story I was told. You know how that goes. That this man did not want even his family on his property. So they would go by, make sure all year long that, nobody trespassed on this place, but as much area as they had to patrol. Why are they particularly hanging out over here? Because, like I said, for 4 days in a row, every time I went through there, I would see a dang game warden's truck, either one end or the other of that road. And then that day I was out there, the first day me and Cobra went out there, when I come back out, there's a game warden's truck parked literally right behind me like he's blocking me in. And
what did you have an encounter with this guy?
Oh yeah, I went up and talked to him. I just so happened I knew him and known him for a long time. He was actually filling in for one of the other gang wardens. See, usually gang wardens don't get to work in Mississippi in the area they live in. I guess it keeps down the whole buddy system. Mm-hmm. And he was filling in, and I've known him since I was a little bitty thing. And he asked me what I was doing over here. I said, I just bought the place. He said, oh, I didn't know it had been sold. I said, well, it really wasn't like it was being televised. I was like, what are you doing? He said, well, the man that owned this place, his crabby butt didn't want nobody on this place. He said, we even had orders to, if his family was called out here, write him a ticket, carry him to jail for trespassing. I'm like, really?
Wow. So,
and not too far from there is where that boy supposedly killed. The stories changed so much, even like I said, with the papers. You heard Truth talking about it last night, where he was looking into it. Like I said, the stories would change from day to day in the same newspaper. It wasn't like they would go back and say, well, we found out more information or retract what they done said to put up. They just keep adding to the story like they didn't say nothing the day before.
We're talking about that incident happened a few years ago with the guy that had the rifle through his chest.
Yeah, in 2014.
Yeah,
like I said,
that's strange.
I'm telling you, it don't make any sense. And like I said, I thought it was kind of curious that he was warning me. A sheriff's deputy buddy of mine was telling me about this story after he found out I bought the place. He's like, that guy didn't. What they're saying didn't actually happen. We were told what to put. I was like, really? He said, yeah. He said, that guy wound up with a rifle through his chest like a skewer stick. I'm like, what? And he went into the whole thing. I said, well, I thought he shot. He said, think about it. He said, knowing what you know, he said, how can you take a 30-30 rifle, put it to your chest, and pull the trigger? You even said that's not possible.
I asked us, how in the hell you put a 30-30 and shoot yourself, other than put it up to your nose or whatever, or through your mouth, but put it up to your chest and pull the trigger? Ain't no way.
He supposed to have held it out in front of him, straight on, and pulled it. They don't work. Anybody that's ever had a Winchester or even a Marlin 30-30, it won't work that way, because you got to squeeze the hand grip where the safety is to even make the trigger work. You can't manipulate your hands around that far away from it to do it. So that was the first thing that didn't make no sense to me when I found out that part. And then he said it was skewered through him. The other thing is, the way he was found, it even states in the paper that he was up against a tree, but they don't say in the paper the way he was up against a tree, but he was in between the crook of two trees, standing in an upright like he was up on his tiptoes. If you shoot yourself, you're not going to land like that.
No, not unless you Not unless something assisted you into that cradle, however that is.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, all right, he supposedly shot himself with a gun. So immediately, if that happens, even if you hit yourself in the heart, you're not going to instantly die. Now, you probably could nick the backbone and lose all your motor skills, but then you're going to drop the gun right there, right? How does he wind up with the gun in his hand? They thought at first it was in his hands and he was pointing it at them, because they almost shot a dead guy coming up on him, and they kept giving him orders to drop the weapon, and he wouldn't drop the weapon because he couldn't drop the weapon. It was sticking through him, and he was hung in a tree.
So somehow, some way, he got impaled by a rifle barrel, 30-30 rifle barrel, through his chest.
Yep.
And got gently placed up into a fork of a tree.
More than likely, like I said, he was upright, wedged in the tree, and he said when they got around the back of him, it looked like he was standing on his tiptoes, like hiding behind the tree, getting a better position, trying to get a better position on officers that was approaching him from the front. So that none of that makes sense.
No,
absolutely
it don't make
none
sense. Have you been?
Well, that's another reason.
Has any of the brothers been able to locate any photos of the crime scene?
No, I haven't. I haven't asked that because I don't think he was supposed to tell me what he told me.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to try to be sneaky and get some, but.
Wow, that's interesting.
Well,
for sure.
You see, another thing to this is when I heard this, I was like, this is one of those stories that's so unbelievable. You know, it's one of those things that you can't make it up because nothing makes sense to go along with it. So that's why I had Truth, part of the intelligence gathering side. I gave him the generals of it and the area, and he went back and started looking. And like I said, you heard it yourself last night after the show, the weird stuff he found. It don't make any sense. And this is stuff he's went and pulled offline from newspapers and everything else. So this is not even coming from me. This is coming where he's finding his own stuff. And see, that's one of the things I really like is I give him a general area, you go, and not give him anything else, and you go find and tell me what you find. That's how I like to get evidence and get intelligence, because then you don't have a bias going into it. And if you don't give them any generals of what you were told, and you just tell them to research this area, you're not biasing them in any kind of way. But he calls me and goes, dude, this is the craziest thing I've ever read. He's like, I think it's like 8 different reports from the same newspaper within a week of themselves, or a week and a half or something like that. But 8 different articles from the same newspaper, and none of them match.
That's like that Cott County thing up there in Tennessee with whatever happened.
See, that's exactly what I was thinking. The same. It's odd, like as far, and look from where that is to where that's several hundred miles. And you're talking about this happened in 2014. Now this is happening now. So there's too much of a spread for it to be coincidental and so similar. That's like I said. It's one of those cases that just looking into it, it's like you can't make this up, because I wouldn't think to put some of the stuff together trying to make up that I couldn't make it up. And then you got, like I said, reports from a paper that are going along with this, and like, what in the hell is going on here? And like I said, that place, where that happened at, is literally through the woods, about 2. If it's 3 miles, that's the furthest it is from Zeewick Woods. So I said, I don't know what's going on out there. What is actually out there? I know what I found tracks of, or at least that's what I'm assuming. And you know how assumptions are. That's the mother of all fuck ups. I'm assuming that. Go ahead.
So how long is it till you're able to put up a Dogman cams out there in Zwicky Woods?
I'm waiting on I've got the camera that we're using now is going to go down, and I'm replacing it with another camera, and we're going to take the camera that we're using now to Zwicky Woods and put it and with a mobile hotspot. And all I'm waiting on now is the mobile hotspot.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we got the camera to replace, but I didn't want to disrupt the camera feed we have now just to replace it with another camera until we got the other camera. That way I'm not causing too much disruption at one time.
Now, this one out in Zwicky Woods, are you going to let people that have that subscription call blast and do whatever they want to?
Yeah, because they can do whatever they want to that one, because I'm not going to be there. I don't know what's going to happen. If the camera gets tore up, you're going to wait to replace it. That's the thing they have to remember. You're taking. I think this thing got pissed off. That's where I got that howl scream, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think it was already teed off just because me and Cobra had been around in this area. So that's the other thing they have to remember is you don't know how this creature is going to react. I don't know what it is and what kind of mind frame or whatever, however you want to say. I don't know what its disposition is going to be. So, like I said, if they do some call blasting or hollering or whatever, it could cause it to be pissed off, come over there and just squish that camera like a grape. The other thing is we may want to wait to do that until we see what's going on in the area, because we start call blasting, doing stuff that it's not used to happening out there. We could make it where it don't even come in that area no more. You change too much in an animal's natural area, it kind of alarms them, and they may move off to a different area.
That's interesting. How far away is Zwicky Woods to your property that you're living at now?
I marked it a while ago. It's actually 15.3 miles.
Well, that's not too far of a stretch when you're talking about an animal that big to travel, especially if it's pissed off.
No, it's not. But that wilderness it's in is even more vast than what's around my place. That's what Truth was talking about. Like I said, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres that surround Zwicky Woods. This thing can go back in there and never ever be seen or heard from again.
So we lost a couple cameras on the Dogman projects, and you went down where DW put that one down in Louisiana, and you tracked it to where?
I tracked it back off up in the brush and undergrowth, right off from where it was, back towards Highway 10. But I never found the camera. I did find the pole the camera was attached to, and that's what I told DW. That was odd. It's not like I said. These things are screwed to the pole. There's no screws. There's no base. There's no. It's just gone. Everything. And this thing had the camera above it, and then it had the solar panel that keeps it charged below it. There's none of it's there. It's just the pole. And the only reason why I know it was the pole that it was on is because he had dug the hole and put the pole in there, and then took spray foam and put it around the pole. And this pole still had some spray foam residue on it. So it had to be the pole from that hole.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it grabbed it and ripped the stuff off of it or what, but you can see where the screw holes used to be for the system. But what happened to it, I have no idea. And it wasn't just like it was thrown off in the bushes. It was way back off up in there. I'm just going along, and all of a sudden I come across the pole. I'm like, what the hell? And see, this is the other thing. On the backside, like zip tied to it, I didn't know this. DW had, those green and gray T-posts? He had one of those drove in behind the back of it. I didn't even know that. So I told him, I said, did your post, the pole you had that post, the camera on, did you have a fence post zip tied to it too? He's like, yep, you found it. That's it. I said, why did you do that? He said, well, I was trying to make sure it was sturdy and stable. Okay. I said, I didn't even know that until I found the pole.
It was ripped off pretty easy, I guess, with a zip tie.
Well, no, that part was still on the pole.
Oh, okay.
That's what
the mount was still on there, huh? The mount
that
was
right there was still on there, and that's the other thing. It was slightly bent where it'd been drove into the ground or where the part was in the ground, but it wasn't. Something grabbed that pole and had to pick it straight up out of the ground, pull it out of the ground, and take off with it. Because if it had been pulled over, that pole would have been bent.
All right.
And it wasn't bent. It was just, I don't know. Like I said, I was like, maybe somebody stole it. He's like, no, because we'd have seen the camera. He said, dude, the only thing I can show you, can tell you is whatever messed with it was large. He said that somebody or something caught an image of something big, like behind the like a shadow behind the camera, and then the camera went off and never came back on. If I'm not mistaken, I need to get with DW and make sure that, because I don't want to tell tales that ain't right. But I think that's what I remember him telling me. I know he went out there and peed on the pole, and not too long after he peed on that pole, the pole went bye-bye.
I went out there and peed on the pole. Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, remember Greg Connor, he went out and instead of peeing on the pole, he took ammonia and bleach and started hitting the trees around his house to try to discourage these things that was around his place. I think that probably just riled him up a little bit more.
Especially the ammonia smell. That was an old trick that hunters used to use as ammonia and rub it on their boots because it kills the human scent, but it smells like old urine. So it smells like old animal. It doesn't spook them as bad. Okay. That was an old trick. But the bleach smell, I don't know. To me, bleach stinks like hell, so I wouldn't have stayed around.
True, but I don't know. Greg has an interesting place he lives on and owns, and he definitely has got a whole lot of crazy activity back there. That's
the one that had that strange light in the woods you showed, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Sure was.
Yeah, see that even Jeff Harding, we had that on the show with me. Even he said that can't. He even said that he didn't think that was done anyway by humans. There's just no way we could figure out a way that humans could have done that, because it had to come from the canopy in an angle that, according to the trees around it, couldn't get to. But you can go back and listen to the live stream on that. Jeff Harding himself goes, he's the first one. He goes, that humans didn't do that. I said, well, that's why I was looking at the trees and all that. There's just no way they could have got up above it in the angle they could. Then I started paying attention to the light. That doesn't look like a flashlight. It doesn't act like a regular light because it just doesn't, the beam doesn't flow right, and it's odd. I can't tell you what did that. All I can say is I guess E.T. was taking a picture. I don't know.
All right.
Well, man, I just got to town. I'm fixing to run in here and get Lakea her stuff, and I'm going to pick up an extra thing of coffee, and I'm fixing to head back to the house. And if I get back to the house, she's doing
cheeseburger.
No, because she told me a while ago, if she wants a cheeseburger, she better call me. So she told me a while ago when we went to the house, that's not what she wanted.
All right. Well, you heard that. Lakea's live in the chat, so she probably heard that already. So there you go.
Well, if you're still on and everybody else has called in, I may call in to wag your ear off some more and aggravate everybody.
Well, since the sun's setting over there on the Vault 1 camera, I'll probably wait there for a little bit as dusk really takes over and see if any activity. Yeah. Usually, that's when you hear a lot of stuff happening right at sunset, dusk. So.
Yep. Well, I
Will
will
do.
talk to y'all in a little bit. Thank you
All
for
right, brother.
letting me come on. And as always, sweet nightmares, everybody.
There you go. All right, Vault of Nightmares. We are looking at the Lakea and the Vault of Nightmares backyard Vault 1 camera from dogmancams.com. Now, for less than the price of a pack of cigarettes, a pack of smokes, you can get access to this at dogmancams.com. What you're looking at for free right now. Just to let you know, and obviously it's dusk. You can see some bugs flying around there and whatnot. Let me turn the audio up here. Let's hear what's going on. Or did I? Actually, I turned that off. There you go. You never know what you're going to get when you start looking. So here it is. Jean Paul, what's going on, brother? What's going on? If you want a cheeseburger located, you better call Vault pretty quick. I've got another burger in there. I may have a second sandwich here in a little bit after this live stream. But going to wait here for, what time is it? 6? Okay. 6:22 is my time. 5:22 over there in Central Time, where this show. I've been using Central Time because the Dark Waters is located out of Louisiana. But I'll go on till the top of the hour. See what's going on here. See what's going on here on the Vault 1 camera in the back of Lakea and the Vault of Nightmares, and see if there's something going on. If there's anything that might be there, and we'll definitely have it recorded on live on YouTube if it does. There's some crazy stuff. Michelle Smith, it's a cheeseburger night. Yeah, I believe it is for me, at least. I believe it is. But if you want to be a supporter of the show, easy, free ways, thumbs up the show, or thumbs down. It works both ways. The gods of YouTube, if you do any kind of interaction, it helps. The man refused my call. Oh my God, was you wanting a frickin' cheeseburger or more potato wedges? Wait a minute, your son, Cobra, made you some fried taters this morning. You want more taters? Holy cow. But if you want to support the show, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, it doesn't matter. It works either way with the algorithms. Share this show, subscribe. That's all cheap as dirt, cheaper than dirt. It doesn't cost you anything other than a click. But if you want to, support the show, got a couple ways. I've got a Teesprings thing here. Let me get this up and pop this up. I got a new Teesprings merch right here. Teesprings merch. If you want to help me out in the actual Teesprings merch that I popped in the live chat, there is in the description of the show. And then I have let's see, Cash App and PayPal. If you like to. Now, I don't want you to stretch or give me anything or anything like that. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. But if you want something in your hand, the Teespring store is there. Got a few t-shirts offerings and some drinks and coffee mugs. Just to let you know. And had a request for a Christmas hoodie, which I may do this tomorrow. I said this at the start of the stream, that I've got a way to show you as I design stuff for the show. Yeah, the posters I put up for each show, they're all different. It's not the same thing. I may design some Wednesday night show poster live on the air. Let you see how the creation process goes, and then design a Christmas thing for the for the Teesprings Christmas graphic, and then put that on the Teesprings store and see what's happened. See if that happens. But ZWiki, there's about 3 or 4 people who's already bought stuff from that. I think it's all cups and maybe one T-shirt. But if you like that, go for it. I appreciate it if you do. But definitely, this is coffee. Only reason I came up with coffee was because I was pouring me a cup of coffee at the time. No facing the cam, yeah. Well, we don't want to see Vault's naked ass out on the back porch. I honestly don't want that either. There, Lakea. But I will probably do that tomorrow. Live stream it and maybe take calls as I'm doing it. Wow, that sounded like a big old semi. Went by there. 931-994-6917 if you want to call, or if you want to text that number. I can get those texts and read them out on air, or whatever you want to do. That's fine. Lakea, has Vault found any footprints that look bent by chance? Actually, over in Z-Wiki Woods, I think he has some Dogman prints, or possible Dogman prints, that he bought some plaster to go over there and fill it. I forgot to ask him if he done that. Lakea, did he actually take that plaster out to make that print? Make a casting of that print? Hey, don't blame me because I told you what I ate and everybody's talking about it now, so. But the sun's setting, and obviously the IR lights are on. You can see now what happens on IR lights and outside light or outside cameras. As dusk falls, you're going to get a little bit of fog or mist or whatever. You're going to see a lot of orbs pop up. And it actually screwed me up a little bit because of the cameras I've got up here at my house, which I'm not going to share my cameras out to anybody. But I had them pointed outside, and IR lights would catch. It looked like it was snowing on one time. And I was like, why in the hell does it look like it's snowing? It's 70 degrees outside. And all it was fog was rolling in. But you can tell that, it's particles of mist or whatever reflecting the IR light. Now, I think there was a will-o-wisp type phenomenon that popped up in the left-hand screen here about 3 or 4 weeks ago. That emanated light, and you could see it emanate light on the surroundings. Just like that one picture. Let's see if I can find that picture and pop it up. Let me get that real quick. Let's see, image 2. Let me see if I can find the image and go get that one. No, I don't want that. Yeah, there it is. Here we go. Let me pop this up. Get this. Okay, the image that we were talking about from back of Greg Connor's place up there was this, off of Dogman Cams. He had Dogman Cams there for a while, and then I think he lost it some way, somehow, or isn't able to connect back to the cellular feed. So this is in the back of his yard somewhere. Oh, sounds like somebody's out there. Let me get rid of this. What the heck's that? That was either Vault pulling in, or I don't think it was Vault pulling in, but there you go. Sounds like somebody's home. My cameras, I don't have any cameras. My cameras are mounted the ones that I don't share out, my own personal cameras are all over the place. I've got cameras in the hallway, I got cameras upstairs, I got cameras on pointed outside. If you step one toe on my property, I know you're here. And I catch all kinds of deer on my property. Well, not all kinds. Probably once or twice every couple months I will see some. But I've caught all kinds of crazy stuff in this house. Not looking for it. Well, sounds like there's a dog crying out there. Well, this old house has got some haints, and it's known to have haints in my family, and even when my family didn't own this place. I seen some stuff up in the windows when I was a little boy from outside. So yeah, this has got some interesting history for sure. But other than that, that's all I'm going to talk about it. Sounds like a canine is letting out a little howl or moans or whatever. Calls. That's the stray dog I took in. Okay, well, that's Lakea's stray dog. What's its name? Have you named it yet? Wendy Wilson, what's going on? William Torres. Howdy, welcome to the show. 931-994-6917. 931-994-6917. If you want to call in and tell your story, it doesn't have to be about anything cryptid. It doesn't have to be anything that other than howdy, I'm from so-and-so, or like your show, or hate your show, or whatever. You know? But if nobody calls in at the top of the hour, I'm going to stop this thing, because, well, I guess I'm working on 2 hours now. We're at the 2 hour and 1 minute mark. Crazy stuff in the house. Yep. That's just, you get the, well, actually, it doesn't have to be an old house. A new house could be built on a piece of property that's haunted to start off with. And then disturb whatever is there. And you have all kinds of haunted stuff going on. I've heard people call in and talk about that. Well, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about with the mist rolling in. You see all those little orbs and stuff flying around? That's mist rolling in on Vault of Nightmares property. Zoe, well, that's cool. What kind of mix is it? Is it a purebred or is it a mix of something? There, okay, that Zoe. Paranormal overs just split up. Mad Paro, Madhouse up here. Have to stay away from out there a lot. About out there, right? Yeah. If you know there's a bad vibes at a place, don't go in it. If you know, there's people who visited this place. I'm not going to name names or anything, but one person winds up in my house, leaves, and then all of a sudden paranormal stuff starts creaking, and I have to start doing a rebuking. That's cool. Jane, you share away wherever you want to share it. Doesn't have to be with me. Pick one. Pick any show or any place you want to share it. You share it. Looks like a lab crossed with a pit. Oh, I bet that's a pretty mix there. That's a pretty mix. But what we're looking at currently, if you just joined the show, we're looking, we're doing some voyeurism in the back of the Wall of Nightmares and Lakea's backyard. The chair, and there's a little fire pit there. That was from the Occupy Halloween event. They went out and did a storytelling event. And some crazy stuff was caught on camera then. Let's see, Dim Lady says, I actually lived in a house that had a haunted basement. Well, I've got a basement, definitely, and I've caught some stuff down there. And, yeah, that's a interesting place. You know, you dug into the ground, and if you're living, here's my theory. Now, prove me wrong or whatever. Haunted places. They're either built over granite foundation or over a water source, spring, underground system, a lake, underground lakes. There's all kinds of underground water around here. No doubt about it. I think those are mediums, the strata that I just talked about, water and granite and other rock formations, that allow for transmission or possibly portals to be natural portals to pop up. I've had people tell me that the portal might be down in my basement, but I say prayers in this place every day to keep this place safe, and it keeps it pretty normal. I don't have any problems sleeping. Every once in a while, last time I got woke up by anything I considered that was supernatural was, gee whiz. I can't decide whether it was I woke up hearing my dad holler my name, or some creepy thing was standing beside my bedside. Mogs, what's up, brother? Loved that show the other night. Crazy good stuff, buddy. Appreciate you. Appreciate your show. Mogs has a show every Tuesday, and I think is it Thursday or Friday there, Mogs? Please pop in your link to your show, if you don't mind there, Mogs. Love to share you out because you're one of the good ones out there. You're one of those ones I love to pop on when I can, and just be a spectator. Mogs did a couple live feeds last week from the Florida where the 168 was filmed, or some of it anyway. Did a couple shows from that location live. Did Stevie ever get that? Get her legs back, or get her legs back? Get her legs, her artificial legs. Did she ever get those yet, or is she still waiting on those? Tuesdays and Thursdays. There you go. Stevie B. Now, for the folks that have, let me turn this down a little bit. That's a little loud. Boy, howdy, you got a highway of going there. That's for sure in that backyard. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Go over to Mongolian Monster, Mogion Monster, Mogion. Why in the hell do I have that frickin' bad of a deal with trying to say that name? But anyway, Mogion Monster, Tuesdays and Thursdays. He goes live, and he's a pretty cool cat, no doubt about it. And he's got a show called WTF, Why the Fascination. He's got a ton of people that gets in there, and it's always fascinating to hear them. He gets a impromptu board of different people that wind up talking. Jeff Harding jumps on there every once in a while. That guy is fascinating. Talked to him a couple times on Mogion Monsters show, and then he wound up over on the Vault of Nightmares and did some talking. I talked to him there live. Interesting guy. There you go. Click that link that Mogion Monsters has popped in. You will not, if you like this kind of content, Mogion Monster, man, blows me out of the water, no doubt about it. He's so laid back and open-minded. It's just one of those things you just can't stop watching it. So yeah, live feeds every Tuesday and Thursday. It's a little bit later on the Eastern Coast. I think. Are you going to change up the time, Mogion, once you start moving back out west, wherever you're going to plant your next tree? John Paul, what's up? 931-994-6917. We are currently looking at the backyard of Lakea and of all the nightmares. And the sun is setting. I think we're right at the cusp of the sweet spot of dusk. So if anything's going to happen, statistically, from my point of view, it should be happening any time now. Some weirdness or whatever is going on. We watched the sunset on this thing. Sun was up when I started this thing. So there you go. If you want to get access to this live feed, which more cameras going to be up on the Dogman cams pretty quick. They're trying to get the logistics out of getting actual hotspots with these cameras. The hotspots they had before didn't pan out. But go to dogmancams.com and you can get access to this 24/7 and watch this and see if you catch anything. There's hundreds of people that look at this. I don't know how many people that's on here right now because I don't have that kind of access. But 24/7, they've caught all kinds of stuff. I've caught all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I got that. Is this one? Yeah, right here it is. Here is the little bit of feed that I caught. Now let me go back to this. This is the one I caught back on the 23rd at 6:06 p.m. If you look up toward the pillars, as dark waters calls them, right to the left of the pillars, there's something blocking out part of that tree, and it looks like there's a face to me. And you go back there, and it's not there now. And you go right there. That's what I saw, and that's no manipulation other than bringing up the magnification. I don't know what you call that. If you see something there, great. If you don't, then great. That's what we've got this thing out there for, is a lot of people look at it and say, well, I see something there, but I don't see something there. But to me, that looks like a nose and a face, and I can see the mouth opening and the eyes closing. But that's what I caught a few days ago. But let's go back to the live feed. See what's going on. Times remain the same. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So does Stevie B get her magic legs? For the folks that have never heard me before, I have above the knee amputation on my left leg. And Stevie B, a good friend of Mogion Monsters, she's recently had double amputation of both her legs. And I think that pretty well brings out the person that you are. You know, once you get something like that, you find out what you can do and what you can't do. But you find out more of what you can do, and Stevie B's just now finding that out. That she's amazed that she can do certain things that she thought would never happen before, again. And I appreciate that journey she's sharing with us. That is amazing. That's amazing what she's doing. But again, this is Coffee and the Supernatural. I don't know. That's a working art with the name of the show. Coffee and the Supernatural Open Lines Talk Show. 931-994-6917 if you want to call in. And we will Monday or Tuesday this week. Oh, cool, brother. Absolutely. Be praying for. I'm praying for you, and hope everything keeps going in the right direction for you guys. But we'll see what's going on, brother. Anybody seeing anything on the camera? Now, for the folks that tune in after this live feed's over, be sure to put in the comments if you see something on the camera, or you hear something or whatever. You got comments of what we're talking about, who's called in. We had a trucker, Shawn. Had two Shawns on the show, actually. Nickel says, cute, Coffee and Supernatural. Well, I was drinking coffee, and I said, I wonder what I'm going to put this. I was like, I want to do a live stream. That's how I came up with this. I want to do a live stream. What do I call it? And as I was pouring a cup of coffee, I was like, oh, shit. Well, let's just call it Coffee and the Supernatural Open Lines. Or whatever. Coffee Supernatural Call-In Show is what I called it. I had to go look at the actual live feed stream and see what I actually called the thing. But so far, so good. We had 4 people call in so far. Bigfoot Anonymous. Shawn number 1, then Shawn number 2 called in. Then Ball of Nightmares just returned from Z-Wiki Woods on the way to go grab a Lakea, some food and coffee creamer, I think. I wonder if she's going to have a cheeseburger or not, but who knows. Interesting. Monday 40 in Research, what's going on? Are you part the 40 in Research? Are you part of the Lon Strickler group with the Phantoms and Monsters? He's part of a 40 in group up there in PA, I think. But there you go. That's interesting to say the least. Just looking at the backyard, and I have like the live stream Sunday. Yeah, there you go. Now I'm going to be adding more streams per week. My usual 2 on Wednesdays and Saturdays will not change. No format change there, no time change whatsoever with that. I'm just going to add pepper new live streams throughout the week, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, during the week. It just depends. I'm not going to try to step on any of the Dark Waters family of shows. I want to give them all the chance in the world to do whatever they want to do with their live streams. And the family of shows I'm talking about, December 1st, making an announcement for Dark Waters. December 1st, Dark Waters is going to make an announcement. He's going to have something announced for all of the family of shows. And I would behoove you to go over to Dark Waters and Dark Waters Dark Waters YouTube, and subscribe and hit those notification bells. Definitely hit your notification bell on here if you have not subscribed to this channel. Chasing the Truth, Shawn G. If you're over on the Paranormal Radio app, hop over on YouTube, look up Chasing the Truth, Shawn G, Dark Waters, YouTube. Also, let's see, Chaos and Theory, YouTube, an Impromptu Truth. Let's see, who else is in that family? Let's see, the Lakea Show, the Vala Nightmares, and there's one more I'm missing. Dogman Cams, and there's still one more missing. Thaddeus Cray. If I have left out a name there, please forgive me. But go over there and subscribe to every one of those channels and hit that notification bell. Just to let you know, that would help you with the upcoming announcement Dark Waters is going to have December 1st. This is not the Dark Waters channel. This is part of the Dark Waters family of channels, sort of like a friendship family that the names that I just posted. Other than, I think Dark Waters himself owns Dark Waters channel and the Dogman Cams channel. He has a partial, voting control over that Dogman Cams, along with DDoS over there, and a handful of others I think is on that voting board over there. But this channel is not owned by Dark Waters. It's associated with them, but it's not owned by Dark Waters. It's just Dark Waters family. And along with, like, the Vala Nightmares, like I just said, the Lakea Show, which they're, the Vala Nightmares and Lakea Show, well, Vala Nightmares and Lakea are husband and wife, so I guess you can kind of figure out the ownership there. But, hey, Connor, what's going on, brother? Did you get out of your workplace? Did you count down the drawers and stuff over the comic book shop? Let's see, Frogman, I think, if you got an update on that Frogman, if you want to expound upon, kind of explore that Frogman story or stories that you've heard. 931-994-6917. Welcome to call if you want to call in. But this is Coffee and the Supernatural live call-in show, Chasing the Truth. I'm your host, Sean Graham. If you haven't heard my name before, you probably heard my voice somewhere, especially if you dealt with the Dark Waters family of shows. I think I've been on every one. Well, I don't know. I think I was in the chat of Lakea's show. I don't think I have called in to Lakea's. I've been in her chat though. And let's see. Thaddeus Cray doesn't do live shows yet, so I haven't been on his show. I've been in the comments, but that's about it. An Impromptu Truth. James, what's going on? Bass Mayhem. Hey, Bass is here? Wait a minute. Truth and, let's see. Bass. I don't see Bass anywhere. He should have a wrench. If he doesn't, I'll give him. There he is. He does have a wrench. There you go. Wow. Interesting conversation we had last night with Vault. That is for sure. Have you done any more CERN research? We had a conversation. Oh, yeah, I forgot to talk about this. A black orb was called in last night. A story about a black orb in southern mid-Tennessee, and I can't remember the town's name. And The town, I can't, honestly, I can't. Mid-southern Tennessee. And this guy calls in and talks about this black orb that he saw floating above this town he was driving through. And it was radiating heat, or that's what he thought he said. And asked a bunch of people, I think Truth, maybe Bass was part of that, Lakea, definitely Vault and myself was sort of an impromptu truth, or impromptu board of whatever. And I popped out and said, well, black holes, me just thinking out loud, maybe it was CERN. I think Vault is definitely going to do a live stream about CERN. He's invited myself, Bass, and Truth on there, along with Okea and whoever else might want to pop in on there as well. I don't know. CERN. That's definitely something to go along with. I've heard so many stories from. It started from the moment CERN went online. There's a lot of large hadron colliders, especially I think there's one up in around Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. But as soon as these hadron colliders popped on, there is one theory that I have heard has been voiced to me several times that this Mandela effect started popping up. I've had certain Mandela effects pop up on me. I'm not talking about the broad spectrum Mandela effect like with Star Wars. What did Darth Vader say to Luke Skywalker? Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father. I think that's the two variations. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about certain things like after my near-death experience, and God blessed me with a family that gave a half a damn about me and brought me in and started taking care of me, or at least get me to the point where I had half a wit about me. But I remember this house I'm in right now, the old two-story house, had back in the day, back before my near-death experience, there was gooseberry bushes, and we used to play croquet as a boy around these gooseberry bushes. And I remember eating those things ripe, and I remember eating one that was not ripe, and that was the most bitter, sour tasting piece of fruit I've ever had in my mouth. And I was in the utility room, which overlooked the back of the backyard where those gooseberry bushes were, and we played croquet back there. And I asked one of my family members, I said, hey, where is those gooseberry bushes? What happened to them? What gooseberry bushes? The ones that we played croquet around when we were kids. You're crazy, Shawn. There was never any gooseberry bushes back there. And that was just one of many Mandela effects that I have come to find out that, holy cow, all right. A lot of my life earlier in my life versus, my late brother's memory versus my memory, there was some stuff that wasn't copacetic between the two. It wasn't no life-shattering stuff. It's the stuff that I remember that he didn't remember, and vice versa. And my sister, Lord have mercy, my sister, she was in a car wreck, and I remember the car accident, but I don't remember her having amnesia that she lost all of her, most of her childhood memory. And I found that out after my near-death experience. So if you want to call that a Mandela effect, I kind of do. But this is the Supernatural Coffee and Supernatural call-in show, which I don't know if I'm going to have another one named like this, but so far so good. We're looking at the backyard of Lakea and the Vault of Nightmares Vault 1 camera on the dogmancams.com camera. And for less than a cup of coffee a month, you can get access to this. Indrid Cold, you may be in a different dimension. Well, had that discussion, and how I view what happened in my near-death experience. I look at it this way. I saw so many different variations of myself in that near-death experience. I saw some places where I was totally dead. I saw some places where at that time, before I was in that near-death experience. All places where I didn't lose a leg, I didn't, was very wealthy, very more poor than I am now, and I'm pretty damn poor right now. But I might be in a different dimension. But true enough, that's a possibility. I kind of look at it that way. And hold on just a second. Let me look at that dude's name. Before I've thought about this guy a couple of times, and for whatever reason, I have forgotten the guy's name. I'm looking it up right now, so when I start telling this story, then perhaps, just perhaps, it'll make sense to you a little bit more. It'll make sense to me a little bit more. But hold on just a second. Let me look and see if I can find the show poster. Oh, there's open lines, open lines. Well, that's not there. There's the Vault of Nightmares poster. That was one heck of a crazy poster, that was for sure. But this guy I had on my show, looks like I've been doodling about this t-shirt company for a while. Where is it? Well, there's my last guest. And, oh geez, as soon as I see it, as soon as I see his name, it was a he, and he is a polymath. Well, son of a biscuit eater, where is it? I'll be a son of a gun, I just can't find it. For whatever reason, I can't find that freaking poster. Anyway, this gentleman is a polymath, and I can't remember his name for whatever reason, and I think my coffee's wearing out. There's my brother. There you go. And we were talking about, I was telling him about my near-death experience. Oh, Stan Deo. There it is. Stan Deo. He was on my show, had him on, and told him about my near-death experience and how I experienced all this Mandela effect, and he said, you know what, I thought about it, and one time I thought, well, that's impossible, but then he thought again, and after, he said he's already thought about this before I brought this up. He said, since you had this near-death experience, and you remember things that were different, he said, look at reality as having cards in place, like each card is a moment in time. God put you back here and rearranged the cards to put you back in this reality. And I said, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But so much different. There's so much the same. There's so much difference. Me being here versus the last time I was here before the near-death experience, when I actually had 2 legs. I kind of wonder if I was put in a body that meant to be alive, and my soul got pushed back into this one. I don't know. Could be. Different dimension, different reality. I have a bunch of deja vu. Injured. I certainly do. There is not as much as I did before. Therefore, it was like every day I would say to myself, I have done this before, but I know I haven't done this before. Let's see. James says, I'll text Shawn a short story, nothing too special but rare sighting, nothing less, about a bigger than normal dragonfly and spider while fishing state line of Illinois, Indiana, and Kankakee River. The Kankakee River. Yeah, I've heard of Kankakee River. Been up through there a few times. This old boy up in these mountains, has experienced some cold weather. I think the coldest I've experienced here is 14 degrees below zero. And that was when I was just starting out as a respiratory therapist, and I just had bought this Ford truck. Brand new Ford truck, and the valves were knocking at that time. I was like, well, damn, this thing's a brand new truck. Why is the valves knocking? And it's 14 below. I went up there just outside of Chicago, spent some time up there, and that's a different kind of cold, folks. I'm sure I'm talking to a few people that live up in the Canada and up in the northern regions of the United States, but that's a different kind of cold. I didn't like it too much, but there you go. What if we are linked through all the possible reality? Here's how I look at the reality thing. One of the questions that I posed to God when I was in front of God and knew that I was in front of God, said, how do you see everything that you've created? And I kind of look at that and say, why in the hell did I ask that question? But I got that answer. A lot of it I can't express, but reality to me is weaved together like a rather enormous, robust spider web. Now, I'm not talking one that catches flies or whatever. I'm talking about everything is connected like a spider web. You're the center of the incoming leads from a spider web. 30 in New York right now. It is 37 where my little butt's in a wheelchair. 37 degrees in southwest Virginia on the border of Kentucky and Virginia. Oh, didn't have anything else to do, and I said, well, why not jump in here and do this thing? But I'm talking by myself, so I said I would, it's 2 minutes past. Last call for anybody that wants to talk to me or tell you a story, 931-994-6917. I'll give about another 10 minutes, give it the quarter after. If you want to talk about anything at all, or just say, hey, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, glad to hear, or you're son of a gun or whatever, that's fine. But 931-994-6917, if you are Skype like I am, Chasing the Truth 2018, all one big alphanumeric mess of digits. Chasing the Truth 2018. But I'm sure after something like that, a person would act life differently. We can all be a little more kinder, caring, understanding, loving to one another. We need more of that in this world. Well, I kind of agree with that. If you pay attention to mainstream media, you are definitely not getting that. Everybody's at each other's throats based off of whatever variation difference that they can possibly put up and say, well, if you don't have this, or if you don't have that, and that person's got that, well, you got something to fuss about. You got something to war with them about. That ain't right. I'll tell you a story. I've told this story about my next door neighbor. His name's Tom, and older feller, very nice, and he can't hear a lick. But this guy comes every week and takes my trash out for me. Puts it beside the curbside. God bless him. He's salt of the earth. He lost his house to a fire probably about 2 weeks ago now. If you want to say a prayer for him or give him a kind thoughts or whatever you feel inclined to do so, his name's Tom. But he's going to get his place, new place back and stuff. But everything wound up and was worked out for him. Literally, this guy does such good for other people. As soon as he lost his place, he lost it one morning about 6 o'clock. I saw it on my cameras. He was getting ready to go hunting. This is when deer season started opening, and his little dog Buddy was cutting a shine, and he said, well, I got to figure out, well, he's going to leave Buddy behind. And a fire caught up in the attic space of his place he's got here. You can see it popping up, and he stayed behind to calm down Buddy and then figure out, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong. And the next thing you know, within about 45 minutes, the fire department, everything wound up. But after the fact, Buddy was fine. Buddy actually saved his own life by saying, hey, Pop, there's something going on here. His little dog. And after the fact, a friend of his says, hey, I got a double wide you can live in and no strings attached until everything gets settled, and there you go. Oh, wait. Got something on the camera here. I don't know if this is anything to talk about, but we've had other interesting things up here between the... What is that? Do you see that, folks? Right there between the pillars. What is that? Do you see it? Anybody see what I'm looking at right there? Eye shine, one-eye Willie. Is that one-eyed Willie up there? We'll put it to right center. Huh? Well, it's coming. Let me text old Vault. Hey, look, hey, if you're still on the thing, look at the. Yeah, look at it. It's coming and going. Can you folks see that? There you go. Well, hold on a second. Let me get over here on my iPad and hit this thing. I can't record it while I'm doing this live stream, other than what you're seeing there. There you go. Yeah. There's something going on there. I don't know. Bass, are you seeing this? I guess you are. There you go. Let me open up the live stream here on my pad. Where the hell is that daggum thing? There it is. Rio link. Let me start recording this daggum thing and see what's going on here. Do you see it? It just started. I don't know how long it's been going up there. Uh-oh. People are starting to pop on there, just to let you know. Hello, and let me hit this. I've got it recording over on my iPad, so yeah, there you go. Let's see what's going on over there. Let me text DW. Did you hear that? There was something. I heard like a wood hit or something there, and something fall. And I'm just texting DW and say, hey, it looks like one-eyed Willie is back. But I don't know if it is. It's a singular light. Let's pan out just a little bit, see if we can see it anywhere else. It could move. That's not the normal spot where it needs to be. It's usually way over here beside the right-hand tree right there on the right-hand side. It was a snap or something, yep. Barry says it has a humanoid body. I didn't see that. Could it be that thing I caught a couple, 3 days ago? Could be. Just started when I noticed it, yeah? Well, as you can see, well, for the folks that's been on this stream since I started this, showing this live stream with the Vault Nightmares camera in the backyard. Yeah. Well, there's that damn thing again. There it is. Can you see it? Right there it is. Now, what it is, I don't know. Other than that fucker blinked. Look at that. It looks like an eye, folks. You see it. I'm not going to, the more you increase the magnification, the less definite, the less information you're going to see. So I'm going to leave it just like that. Keep an ear out. Definitely keep an eye on whatever that is. What the heck's that? Couldn't really tell you. If you got any comments, call in 931-994-6917. 931-994-6917. Let me hit up Vault and let him know. Tell him, One-Eyed Willie. See what he says. Son of a gun. There you go. Yep. There you go. It's gone now. If here's me just playing out and kind of putting out if I was going to debunk this. If this was some sort of reflective... I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording it too over on my iPad there, Truth. If this was some sort of reflective object, like a leaf, a wet leaf, or a wet whatever, it would still be there. If it was flying around like on a webbing or whatever from a spider web, which we have caught that before. Actually, did that on live stream. I don't know if it was on mine. It might have been mine or Vault's where we're doing this. And it was off to the left of the pillars there. Just flying around, and then Cobra, Vault's son, went out there and said, that's just a leaf caught up in a spider web. What the hell was that thing? Okay, we got a caller that's calling in right now. Give me just a second, caller, and we'll be live on there, and you are live on the air. Where are you from, and what's your name?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Where are you from, and what's your name?
My name is Susan, and I'm from Texas.
Oh, okay. So what's good on your mind? Are you watching this live stream?
No, I just got on right now, but I've heard your show is pretty interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Glad that you can make it. We are currently trying to figure out if this is One-Eyed Willie that's on the Vault of Nightmares camera that I've got live streaming right now.
Oh, well, I think me and my kids had some theories about One-Eyed Willie.
Okay, what kind of theories you got?
Okay, we kind of thought that maybe it was a leopard or some kind of a bobcat that had one eye.
Bobcat has one eye. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And, well, they can climb trees for sure. That would be a good theory. So, it's possible. We'll have to, if either Lakea or Vault of Nightmares pops up in the chat or calls in or whatever, we'll ask and see if they've seen a one-eyed bobcat back there.
Because we have a one-eyed rooster over here, so that's what, that's what they're thinking.
Well, it's possible. That's absolutely good. That's good debunking. Yeah. If it is, that's a possibility that might be. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. Or it could be something, you know, supernatural or something we don't know about.
True enough. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Got any other stories or anything while I got you on the line?
Well, my kids said, don't talk about anything weird, but she left the room. So,
okay.
So, okay, there's just one little story. One time, I was standing in my backyard, which has woods in the back of it, all in the back of our yard. And I was just looking out by the pond, and I saw what looked like a man wearing, like, suspenders, like buckskin suspender pants, and, like, no shirt. And he was walking toward me maybe about, I don't know, maybe like 50 feet away or something. And then he kept walking closer. And the closer he got, all of a sudden, I was looking at my neighbor's horse. It turned into my neighbor's horse, which is kind of multicolor, kind of black, brown, and white horse.
Let me get this right. A bareback man walking and turns into a horse. Is that what I heard correctly?
Yes, wow. He was just he had no shirt on, but he had like buckskin pants and suspenders, walking toward me kind of a little distance away by the barn. And as he came closer, suddenly it was my neighbor's horse. So, I mean, my eyesight isn't the best, but that looked just like it was a man. And then all of a sudden it was I mean, the horse that my neighbor had at the time. That is a weird story.
This took place in Texas?
Yes.
Oh, there's one-eyed Willie's back right there. I just saw it.
Oh.
Just saw it just now.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Everybody keep an ear out. But go ahead, Sarah. I got your name right, Sarah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Or Sarah, not
yeah. So,
okay.
No. So that was about it. And I could never explain it. But then, I mean, you know, sometimes we read about shapeshifters or things like that. But I could never look at that horse the same way again. It always seemed to me like there was something weird about that horse.
Oh, yeah. Well, you definitely have a lot of indigenous culture down through in Texas, definitely. So you never know what's down there. If you heard my show last night over on the Dark Waters channel, I had a researcher that does south of the border stories, and we talked all kinds of creepy stuff that was going on down there. From shape-shifting shaman to you name it, we talked about it last night.
Oh, I missed that. Is that something I can go back and watch, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go back and watch it. It's still live over on the Dark Waters channel. I think it's like 3 hours long or something like that. Fascinating stuff. If you go to Mexico, unexplained.com, that's the website that this guy, Robert Bitto, has. Go look that up as we're talking about it. I pulled some of the stuff that we talked about right off his website, saying, okay, let's talk about this. We had plenty of callers. I think we had 10 callers that night. So, yeah.
Oh, all right. Yep, it's quite a weird experience. Hasn't happened again, but we don't have the horses anymore, so.
See,
I don't know. Maybe somebody else is seeing something now.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, thank you so much. You have a good night.
Thank you for calling. Good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
A barebacked, buckskin-wearing man walks with suspenders, walks a certain distance, and turns into a horse. I hadn't heard that one before. That's a fantastic story, no doubt about it. But we're currently looking at the Vault of Nightmares backyard, and for the last few minutes, this, whatever this is, up in between the pillars, as the Dark Waters has called them, these two trees, there's something up there that has, I don't know if it's eye shine, it's just one eye shine or whatever it is, has been coming and going, blinking and then closing, and that's about it. Need an audio recorder. Well, Barry, next time, well, if Walt comes on, I'll try to remember to tell him, or whenever you have a conversation with him, tell him about that. But yeah, Robert Bitto and I were talking about some shaman down south of the border in Mexico that would change into creatures, and the majority of them were either werewolf-like type creatures or these big, huge 6-foot length, not wingspan, length, 6+ foot length owls. Crazy. I've heard so many stories here in the last couple of months about these owls. It's just one of those things. Damien K, huge Bigfoot. There you go. I don't know what that is, but it's up there. Oh. And here I was about ready to give up the stream just now, and this stuff happens. But again, Sarah or Saren or whatever your name was, I appreciate you calling in just a little bit ago about that bareback man with suspenders wearing buckskin walking and then changing into her neighbor's horse. That I have not heard before. That's just as strange can be, but do I believe it? Sure, why not? Not exactly where to put it. Well, it looks like there's a lot of conversations that's occurring, that's going on between the pillars. But and then there was a snap. It sounded like a stick or a big old tree snap or whatever. Right there at when I started saying, hey, there's something going on there. But who knows? Hey Barry, call into that number 931-994-6917, and I'd like to hear what your ideas are about this thing that we just literally live seen on this camera. It's up there near top of the there's dark waters. It's top of the pillars next to where this fork is on the left. Let me actually hold on just a second. There are dark waters. Let me see if I can get the. Do I have a pointer? Yeah, I got the pointer. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Right there it is. Brand new. Can't miss it. Pointer right there. Oh, we got another live caller coming in. Unscreened caller, you are on the air. What's your name and where are you from?
Calling as ordered, sir. This is Barry.
Hey, Barry, what's going on, brother? Dark Water's in the chat, by the way.
DW.
Yeah, DW's in the chat. Let me get this live stream back up. But yeah, it's back, or was back just a second ago. Unfortunately, I did not see it. Yeah, it's still there. Right there. It comes and goes right there. One-eyed. I don't know if that's one-eyed Willie, but it's a single source that keeps coming and going. What do you think that might be there, Barry?
You talking about in between the pillars?
Yeah.
I don't, man. I swear I thought it had a humanoid form, but
right there it is.
I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
The other night, nobody, I don't think, had noticed it. I look at it through my colors being inverted on my screen, and that's basically just, you're basically just reversing everything. So like right now my screen's white. It's barely, you got a little bit of a dark outline for the trees, but then if anything comes up in between the trees, it's dark. So it's easier to see than a regular picture. And it comes up, and then sometimes it moves around a little bit, and then it just fades. And it's almost like it's messing with or seeing how safe it is or how far to come up. I really don't know.
Or is it curious about the IR light that's popping off that camera?
Right.
Or
right.
Well,
and I think that's about as far.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing. Vault about an hour ago called in and said, I'm bringing home some food to Lakea.
Yep.
That possibly have brought them in. Obviously he has to take those groceries into the house. So could that have brought them out?
It could have. People forget how good they can smell. I mean, they really do.
Yeah.
From everything I've heard, there's there's been a lot of people, telling encounters on air somewhere on somebody's show, and then after the fact, even after the show aired, we would get somebody to them and ask them about anything food wise if they had with them. And a lot of times, you'll find them with boxes of fruit. I mean, just all kinds of just little things that they just really didn't. I don't know if I would have even thought about it. Not knowing. 5 years ago, if I didn't not know any more than I did. But a lot of times, yeah, it's the food. I mean, food motivates them, period. Mm-hmm. Food motivates them.
Yeah, definitely.
Every time. I won't feed them unless I just leave some. I will every now and then leave something somewhere that I would think only something on 2 feet, 8 or 9 foot tall could reach. And I'll see if it's messed with, but it would be something small. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend feeding them.
Well, the caller before
to anybody, I'll say that disclaimer because I know somebody they followed home here in Mississippi.
Well, this thing right here has changed position. It's getting closer to that date. Let's see. Area code 209. I'm going to have to put you on hold because I don't have my other computer up and running. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can get this. 209. But,
I think I know who that may be.
Okay. Let me get the other.
Me and Dave were texting back and forth when you said call. No, that's not him.
Did you tell him that One-Eyed Willie's up and Adam or what? Well, let me go ahead and just combine these two. I'll combine these two. Well, I can do it over here. Okay, unscreen caller, you're on the line. Can you hear us? Unscreen caller, you are on the line. Or not.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the line.
Yeah.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Jason Cali. I'm from Stockton, California.
Okay, Jason.
And I was just wondering, do you think these big feet can like go through portals?
There's some theories about it. I always
wondered that myself.
Yeah, there's some theories about that, Jason.
Like all these paranormal creatures, because you'll see footsteps and snow and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden there's nothing at all, and there's nothing around. So how did they get there, or how did it stop?
Well, Barry, you've got boots on the ground more than I do. So, what's your theory?
They will backtrack, and then you got to take I can't say that's what happens every time, because everybody tries to, think, a lot of folks think about that and try to look for a track around it. But I think a lot of times people forget just how athletic they are, and their backtracking is a whole lot different than our backtracking. I mean, they could. I mean, the distance they can jump from standing still will blow your.
I was just gonna say that too. If they got to going like 30 miles an hour and jumped, that'd be pretty far. You get what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I have heard, I have heard about them backtracking more than I've seen it.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was trying, that I'm interested to learn more up on vault as far as the tracking and so forth. I mean, I've learned what I can teach myself, but that's about it.
Yeah. I've never seen any Bigfoot up in California.
You got to look at anything. If there's a log on the ground laying, they'll. I've seen them. I have seen them. Walk, step up on a log, and then sidestep down it 30 feet. And
okay.
Pick up walking again. They are aware of their tracks. You got to think about it. I'm sure they use. They use tracks. They use tracks probably on deer and hogs and everything else. So if they use it,
that's the only reason why.
Probably guarantee they are aware of their own tracks.
That's the reason why I brought up the portal theory, because the tracks stop. Maybe they just enter into a portal, wherever like high energy is. And they just pop in and then pop out somewhere else. I don't know.
I can't. There's just as much, proof of that as, or I have just as much, I've got just as much proof as you got. So, two decent theories, and who knows? And to be honest with you, both of them could be correct. Sometimes they could be bad. I don't know about the portal. I've never seen one. So forth and so on, but if they can, I would say though, if somehow or another somebody came down and just told us right now that they do use portals, I would say they're backtracking and using portals. I wouldn't say that it would just be one or the other.
All right.
But they can think. I'm trying to think of how to say this. Just with their physical ability. They're we would call it thinking outside the box, but it's inside their box because it's just natural.
Right.
But
they can do way more things than we can.
Right. I mean, heck, you got to think, if they're near a tree that's strong, that they know, that's strong enough to hold them. I mean, they could hit that. They could hit the tree. They could hit a tree and come out 10, 12, 14 foot, on the other side, of the trunk of the tree. I mean, it just depends on where you're at, what it looks like. But I have seen tracks that, I still felt like they backtracked or did something, but I couldn't figure out what they did. So,
yeah.
Or
maybe
we
have
have run up on some that we could we thought we could tell that they had backtracked, but
yeah. Or maybe I wonder how far they can jump just from a dead stop and just throw you off, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I'll tell you this. I saw one tree or something. I saw one chasing a deer, southeast of here, right near the Big Black and the Bayou Pierre River.
Sorry to interrupt you. That thing is moved. It's actually underneath the date right now, where it was. So that thing's moved from way over here on the left, next to the left side of the pillars, to underneath the date timestamp there. Crazy.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, sorry to interrupt you there. I just wanted to point that out.
No, you're good. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Shit.
It'll come back.
All right. Well, Jason, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right.
Go ahead.
What is it?
No, I was just going to say, I have seen, just talk about their physical ability. I saw one chasing a deer. I'll say it right quick so you can go if you need to. When it saw my truck, I can remember its head just barely turning, tilting to the right, which he's looking at my truck. I don't know this for sure, but it seemed like the next foot that hit the ground, he was going in a different direction, and he cut in less than a 90-degree angle. He cut at less. He cut at less than that, and never dropped speed, never missed any, never. Just like, it was amazing. I literally just sat there like, holy cow.
So you're saying a dude in a costume can't pivot like that?
Not any that I've ever met.
Okay. Well, I'll be damned.
And I don't know where all these dudes are with I don't know where all these dudes are with costumes, and I don't mean this facetiously towards you, but, all the folks that talk about costume stuff, and this big group of people that's supposed to be, fooling or tricking everybody. Here's the one thing about people that hoax, especially if they're hoaxing to really pull the wool over your eyes. Sooner or later, they're going to tell people.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's not even worth it.
And plus,
think about
it's just
they're
obvious.
trying to hoax you.
The fakery is too obvious. It's like, what the hell are you doing, dude? That's a human.
Right.
That's not no Bigfoot.
Are there people that do it? I'm sure. Yes. I'll be honest. I would never say the name, but I know a group out of North Carolina. The last video I watched of them was, to me, it was so obvious that they were acting that, I've never watched them again. Like I said, I'm not going to, it's not the time or place to call names and stuff. But you got to be aware, and they're very well liked. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
I think some folks get into it, they get so much evidence, and then there's just not enough for their mind, and then they might hope something. But here's the problem, it's not a problem for them, it's not a problem for us, but hoaxing's fine. I can't stop you from doing it, but I will promise you this: if people figure out or have any idea that you're hoaxing, you're ostracized in this community. You're not coming back. I don't think.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people that want one dead just to put it to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True enough.
Just
True
so
enough.
they,
Yeah, but there's so many
so they can say,
tales
"There
out
it
there.
is."
There's so many tales out there
Right.
that
There's too
that they
many.
actually do have
I
a
don't.
body and they take it away.
Yeah, I don't think you'd ever get it in
Yeah.
front of. I think about it. I shoot one tonight. And I'll try to get it to my local news or whatever. Or I mean, even if they get that thing on TV and show it to 50,000 people in Jackson, Mississippi. All right, if everything is confiscated right after that, and all video, all that, everything is confiscated. All you got is somebody saying they saw that on TV. It will go away. They will get, and trust me, that it comes out on TV. I would guarantee. I would think that there's a team somewhere loading up coming because if they still want it, if they want to keep it under wraps, they'll keep it under wraps. To me, it's been proven. It's just they won't admit to it, and they're not going to admit to it till they want to, and they're not going to want to till it benefits them. Period. That's why they do everything. Monetarily or any other reason, it's going to be when it benefits them to tell us, they'll tell us. Up until then, they won't tell us.
Right.
I mean, I'm a firm believer.
Because other countries could be working on the same sort of deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or others. Yeah.
Jason, I appreciate you calling in, brother. Anytime you want to call in, give a call back. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys, man.
All right. Bye. All right, you still there, Barry? Barry, you still there with me? Oh, no. Are you there with me, Barry? Or no? Nope. Let me remove that. Call Barry back. Unfortunately, I hit the wrong person. Let me get Barry back on the line here. Well, I think I got Barry on. Let's see. All right, let's see if I can call Barry back. See if this is Barry's number. Hopefully I'm calling the right number.
Yeah.
Hey, Barry, sorry about that.
I thought I was still with you. I'm sitting there talking to you two. Like,
yeah,
I'm sitting there talking to you two going, I'm still here.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. I just removed the wrong number from the stream there. But there you go.
Okay, I didn't know what happened. Yeah, that threw me for a loop right there for a second. I was like, what the hell?
But that thing, it's moved. It has moved. That whatever that eye shine or light source, one-eyed Willie, whatever you want to call that damn thing, it's moved from that left tree, as we call it, the pillars, over to the right tree, and next, actually it was right below the 11 in the date stamp there.
I mean, I would like to. I mean, I would like just to get the cheapest Walmart Target recorder you could get, $39 or $49, and just be able to put it somewhere past those pillars right there. I mean, I know we got, we're getting some audio and so forth, but I wouldn't mind having some there and then some in other places. But because I would just, if you got them coming up, I would just, see if you could, we would look at it and come up with, a plan of a good place to put it. But I would love to get that thing close to there and just see what noises we got.
Right. Well, apparently it has. I haven't seen it in the last 5 minutes or whatever. It may have been checking out to see if the Vault of Nightmares is going to leave him a cheeseburger or something out there.
He may.
Maybe. But anyway, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You too.
Hey, Shawn, I'm gonna call you later about something else if that's all right. I'll probably give you an hour or so after you do. Okay, I'll touch base with you. Okay. See you. Bye.
All right, Barry Browning. He's part of the research team of the Vault of Nightmares research team that he's going to be the boots on the ground over there. And this stream actually kind of got prolonged by country miles, we say it over here in Virginia. But there you go. Turned out to be an interesting stream to say the least. I don't know what we just seen, but I think this is a one-eyed Willie sighting, an official one-eyed Willie sighting that we just had. Who knows what it is? Kingston. No, actually, the Vault Nightmares called into the show, and he was out just visited Z Wiki Woods and was going to pick up some food to bring back to his darling Lakea. And I would assume, now I'm just guessing, about the time this eye shine or whatever the hell you want to call One-Eyed Willie, that thing, popped up on the camera, was about the time you would think. Actually, it was right after the Lakea's stray dog that she has adopted or whatever started crying. So that might have been when Balt walked in through the door. So who knows? Who knows? I think it might have been the food. I'm kind of associating the food that he brought home to Lakea with this one-eyed Willie opening up. But if you see anything on the stream, like I said before, after the fact, let's see, what time is it? 7:41. I'll keep this open for another 19 minutes and see what's going on. But if you got any phone or anything to talk about on the phone, 931-994-6917. This is a longer stream than I intended to have. That's for sure. It is, what are we at now? Gee whiz. Hold on just a second. Let me see what we got here. 3 hours, 11 minutes. Well, that's about my usual length of stream anyway. But there you go. I didn't expect to. Well, it's not like I called up One-Eyed Willie and say, hey, pop up on the camera as I'm about ready to leave the stream. But, oh, excuse me. I hit the wrong button and brought my cough back in. Apologize for coughing in you guys' ears. But, I have what you got going on there? I have a screenshot from the backyard of a face that nobody else caught. Well, email that son of a gun. Either email it to me, ShawnG@IamDarkWaters.com, or IamDarkWaters.com. Get it over to DW himself, or I forgot what DDoS's. Has anybody got DDoS's email? You can email it over to him. Either one of us, either one of the top two, IamDarkWaters.com or ShawnG@IamDarkWaters.com. We'll get it to the appropriate people. We'll share it out to all the family shows of the Dark Waters family. But I honestly wasn't expecting that thing to pop up and then just disappear. Could that have been a bobcat with one eye just crawled up into a tree and kind of looked toward the camera? I don't know. He was back there with a flashlight. Well, that's cool. That is cool. That was back when the Occupy Halloween stuff was going on, I'm guessing. Okay, that's cool. Well, you got to the appropriate people. They'll share it out. Actually, Vault's been what is it? Roxanne hunting. His new shotgun, his 12 gauge shotgun. He named it Roxanne last night. But yeah, there you go. Alright, well, we got about 15 more minutes, and then we'll call this stream good night, because it looks like a One-Eyed Willie's went to sleep. I don't hear any more popping or cracking or anything. When it first popped up, when I first noticed it, I heard a big old snap and a crack. Lisa Ray, what's going on? Appreciate you popping by. Hey, Moggs, what's going on? Did you see that eye? Or whatever that shine was in the trees there? I look at this stuff and said, well, I can't be the only one that's seeing this thing, but it looks like everybody's seeing it. Ain't hunting, huh? Oh, that's cool. I don't honestly. I give all the props to the folks that can go out and research these cryptids like Volatile Nightmares, Barry Browning, DDoS. But you know, I've seen enough. I've talked to enough people that I absolutely believe that these things are out there. I don't have to have proof for me personally, so I don't need to go out there myself. I'll research it and talk about it, show evidence. You did briefly, okay. It's made like 3 or 4 appearances, maybe 5. I don't know what that was, but it came and went, and it moved from one tree to the next. And there went a bug. But if you want to call in, I already gave out, hey, last call for alcohol phone call. Well, here's last call for alcohol phone call of the night. If you want to call in, this is your last chance. 931-994-6917. I'm going to give up the stream here in a little bit. I'm sure somebody else will probably pop on and want to do whatever. I think Vault's going to go on a little later. And I think Truth actually recorded, either Truth or Bass. I can't remember. I think it was Truth. Said he was recording the stream. One of those brothers. Wait a minute, I hear something. I'm not trying to get quiet to not, say anything. Let me. Where is this thing at? Turn this up. You hear something like faint in the background? That's not the usual background noise. Definitely strange. But there you go. Oh, one-eyed Willie made the appearance. Hey, I caught something. Look at that. You got 4 vids, Truth. Yeah, there you go. I'll look for Truth to share those out. I'm sure he's going to share those out somewhere, maybe on his channel. That's definitely a truck, semi or something. But I do not see anything that has to do with One-Eyed Willie again. Apparently the taters have left the building. Yeah, he's going to have to go out there with old Roxanne and see. Wait a minute. I thought I saw something just now. On the right side, right there. On the right side of the pillar of the right tree. Right, yeah, there it is. It's moved. It's looking around the frickin' tree right now. Look at that. Hit those record buttons, buddy. Let me get that the record button here. Yeah, there it is. It's moved around the fucking tree. Look at that. Son of a gun. Okay, Truth, that's cool. I did not, whatever reason, me pulling up the app and starting to hit the record button didn't record it, but I got it recording now with this thing around the corner. So there you go. What could that be? What could that possibly be that could move from one tree to the next tree and then start looking around the tree that it moved to? What could that be? I'm asking you for debunking this thing. What is that? Hey, he needs to go out there for Roxanne and see what happens. Oh, Roxanne. Oh, One-Eyed Willie, you got about 10 more minutes and I'm gonna quit this. You playing around with me too much. Trying to keep me on air. But that thing, whatever this thing has moved from the left pillar, as the pillars of the DW says, to the right pillar, and about a minute ago, it looked around that fucking tree. The volume is, well, I don't know. Let's see. I could probably boost the volume up. Hold on just a second. Let me pull this back a little bit. I have to get the digital balance, mono pan volume. There we go. Let's pop this in here. Okay, that's 200 times what it should be. Hope that's not loud. Is that too loud? Let me know. I don't want to blow out anybody's ears, but this is I'm not going to go any higher. I just popped up the audio 200%. Unless you like to listen to, oh, there's cracks and stuff going on. Was crack right there at the first. There it is again. There it is again, folks. There is One-Eyed Willie back on there. Look at that thing. What the hell is that? Am I seeing this only me, or is everybody else seeing this with you? Son of a gun. Every time I say, hey, I'm going to get off in about 10 minutes, One-Eyed Willie pops back up. Son of a gun. There you go. There it is again. Telling you. Share this stream out, folks. If somebody wants some evidence, here's you some evidence. Yeah, look at that. That son of a gun is bright. It looks like it's literally, yeah, that's pretty bright, and it's moving. Yeah, it's moved from the left pillar to the right pillar, and it's now around the right pillar. It's been between the pillars, and now it's on the other side of the pillars. Well, if I zoom in too much, you start losing a lot of information. So that's about as close as I'm going to get it for right now. And I did turn the audio up 200% from the Vault of Nightmares Vault 1 cam. But I don't think, I think I'm just going to go back to nothing. No audio boost on that. That's pretty loud on my ears. But when it first popped up, there was a snap and a crack. I want you to stay on, Shawn. Nah. Well, old Willie, if you want me to stay on, I'm not going to stay on for much longer, even if you are sitting there blinking at us. It's a darn cyclop. Shell F says it's darn cyclop. Whatever the hell that is. But it literally has moved from one tree to the other tree, and now is currently, last sighting of it was looking around that tree. Hey, Lakea, did Vault bring you home a burger or what? Or was it just taters? That's interesting as all get out. Is this definitive proof that there's something back there? Yeah, I think there's something back there. It's up to you to figure out what it is, and I'm sure Barry was talking about putting some sort of recording microphone, audio recorder back there, or maybe even something more to see if there's something back there. It's a peeker for sure. Yeah, definitely. But if you got an idea of what this thing is or what it's not, or if this is all bupkis, 931-994-6917. If you want to say whatever, go for it. Final call for the last caller of the night. But One-Eyed Willie has made an appearance on the Chasing the Truth Shawn G show. And if you're still over on the Paranormal Radio app listening to me, you're missing a whole lot if you're not on the Chasing the Truth Shawn G YouTube channel, because you can't see this live. Or if you're hearing this on that audio stream, pop up over after the fact and see for yourself. No chicken. Well, right there. Chicken. Everything's tastes like chicken, right? So, here's Vault popping out of his truck. They spent $100-some at chicken and taters. Spent $100-some chasing down old Roxanne for the last 2 days. Pops out of his truck with a bag full of chicken and taters. And old One-Eyed Willie pops up. About, relatively within the same time frame. So, sounds like food brings this sucker in. Or that's my theory. But holy cow. So what is that thing? What could possibly, other than it being One-Eyed Willie, what could that possibly be? I'm asking just to say, hey, what do you think that possibly could have been that moved from one tree way up in the, that's no man for sure. Ingrid Cole says, Willie is becoming such a celebrity, I'm going to have to start referring to him as One-Eyed William. Oh, there you go. Possibly. I don't know. Joe, good night, buddy. Thank you. I'll be saying a prayer here in a little while. But thank you for popping on and at least sharing some of your thoughts in the chat there and watching the stream. I've got a cheeseburger waiting for me to reheat it and be ate. Eat me some. One-Eyed Willie Wild Bill. I think it's just One-Eyed Willie. I think that is the consensus and DW approved name, One-Eyed Willie. So that is just the strangest thing. Alright, Willie, you got just a couple more minutes and I'm going to call this a stream. But holy cow. Didn't expect this to happen. But there you go. One-Eyed Willie. Anyway, folks, just for the folks that have jumped on, hadn't heard this before, Dark Waters is going to announce on December 1st something that everybody's going to be wanting to join in on. So keep an eye on Dark Waters' channel. He's going to be over there, and if I were you, I would start subscribing there to all the Dark Waters family of YouTube channels. The Lakea Show, The Ball of Nightmares, let's see, Thaddeus Cray, Impromptu Truth, Chaos Theory, my channel, Chasing the Truth Shawn G. I think that might be, Dogman Cams. Definitely go over there and subscribe to that, and I'll give you a head start. But pay attention, December 1st, DW is going to be announcing something that's going to be interesting. Help celebrate the season. Thanks, Truth. Thanks, Mogs. Appreciate it. I don't know what is that thing? That's what I'm trying. What isn't it? What do you think it's not? What could it be other than One-Eyed Willie? What could move from one tree that obviously is probably 12, 13, 14 feet in the air, if it is right directly behind that tree. Because beyond that, it's way up there. I don't know. Well, One-Eyed Willie, thanks for making an appearance. Alright, well, let's cut this audio off. I guess I'm going to go ahead and give it a night. If you're on dogmancams.com, it just takes you a moment to subscribe. Dogmancams.com, less than a pack of cigarettes, you can get access to what we've been looking at for the last couple hours. Maybe you can catch One-Eyed Willie and maybe whatever else is out there behind that, and there's more cameras coming to be on dogmancams.com. But I'm going to say this is a stream, and I'm going to go ahead and say the ending prayer. Dear God in heaven, thank you for today. Thank you for this show. Please, dear God, bless each and every one of the listeners, the participants, the callers. Keep them safe and sound from everything evil, satanic, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, out for the ruin of the souls of man. Keep them prosperous, healthy, happy. Bless this show. Bless everything in my house. From corner to corner, above and below. Keep it safe from everything I just said. And I rebuke everything in the name of Jesus Christ that I just mentioned. In Jesus Christ's name, I pray. Amen. Folks, I appreciate you being a part of the show. Looks like old One-Eyed Willie was the, I don't know if you could call it star of the show, but he definitely did make an appearance, that's for sure. But, folks, I appreciate you. If you want to reach out to me, Shawn G at IamDarkWaters.com. Dark Waters YouTube channel, go over there and subscribe. Of course, I've already mentioned all the family of shows of the Dark Waters family. From the Lakea Show, the Vala Nightmares, Dogman Cams, Thaddeus Cray, Impromptu Truth, Chaos Theory. I don't know if Bass Mayhem has got a channel that he actually does any kind of content, but there it is. If you want to go over there and look at each one of those fine channels, a part of the Dark Waters family, go over there and find out. Fringe FM, I'm not on there right now, but the Fringe FM, go over there and look at that. I'm on there Saturday nights. But I'm going to add more live streams like this one. I'm going to pepper them throughout the week, but I'm going to try to not step on any of the other family of shows of the Dark Waters family. So when they're on, you can guarantee I won't be on. But holy cow. Folks, I appreciate you being a part of the show. Share this thing out. If you don't have any money or anything like that, it doesn't cost you one red cent other than click the thumbs up or the thumbs down and share it out to your stream and say, hey, this is a pretty good show. Or this wasn't a pretty good show. Avoid it at all costs, or at least share it out. Hell, that's the way it is. But anyway, if you want to contact me after the fact, 931-994-6917. I can receive text messages, and I actually do answer that call, but not in the middle of the freaking night, please. Not at 3 a.m. I reserve that time to be on Vault Nightmares live stream. But yeah, there you go. I appreciate you. And let's see. Let me get this exit stuff here. Thank you, folks. God bless you, each and every one of you. And I hope that everything that can be possible that is good is right there at your fingertips. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll talk at you later.